Yo, what's up though? See, y'all always accuse me of being late, so tonight I decided to pop in a couple minutes early. Why not? We're gonna go and get it cracking early tonight. DMV Bison in here early. For some reason, I knew she was gonna be in here early. I don't know what it was. I had some type of intuition. Is that a word? Anyway, Shanna, what's up? Fat guy with guns. Jason, the Ewings are in the building. R. Scott, Carbon Q. What's up, Carbon Q? Carbon Q gonna be on here with me tonight, y'all. I'm bringing her out. She been hiding for a few weeks. Who else is in here, man? Nola Saint, Coy. What's good, my brother? Lawrence Clark, Rodney Brady, New York City. Man, New York City in here early tonight. What's happening, man? It's my boy right there. He don't know nothing about food, though. I'll tell you that much. Calvin Carbine, Kick Up Dust, my dog. That's my boy right there. Kick Up Dust, the passionate one. I'm gonna bring Kick Up Dust on here with me tonight too, man, because he gonna always have something to say, and I love it. 2A Drayway, what's good, Mr. R. Daniels? How are you, sir? Tony Smith, what's going on, man? Only one niece. Only one niece? I'll take it. AK Shane, Vanita, what's good? Kaba, my dog, what it do, man? Preston Waller, how are you, man? Definitely. If you guys could hit the like button on the way in, that would be absolutely amazing. Who that babe? How are you, ma'am? XD40D. If I miss you, you know, just double back on me, man. Smooth shooter. What's happening? Same OG. What's happening, man? Chicago in here. That's what I'm talking about, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You from the Chi, you always welcome. You're always welcome wherever you're from, but you're a little bit more welcome if you're from Chicago. Just a little extra. You're a little extra welcome. Who else in there, man? Make sure y'all hit that like button for me, man. So that way I don't be repeating it like crazy. 761st Gun Club City coming out tonight. That's what I'm talking about, man. That way, if they start getting on my nerves, let's just start saying Chicago stuff. That's the way we're gonna do it. Real deal 10 mil. What's happening? EDQ, Rock Bezzy, what's happening? Ace from BK. My main man, what's up? Silverback, BP. Hey, I got your email, BP. We good to go, man. Great choice. Uh-oh. I saw the shooter. Y'all know I don't read that well. I've been practicing my reading, though. I'm getting better. I'm definitely getting better, man. I don't have to sound the words out as much anymore. What I do, I just mispronounce them, and then I double back and get it right when it don't sound right. Armel, what's up? What's going on? Vaughn Will. I'm just letting everybody get up in here, man. We finna have some fun in here tonight. I'm excited. I want to check the likes, see what's popping. C-Man up in here. C-Man in here. What's up, Snob? If you in here. What's going on with you? My fly family. What it do? Tack Life. Them boys up in here. That whole squad. Black Star Defense and Training. He said live from the ATL. Shout out to Atlanta, man. I was gonna wear my Atlanta hat tonight, and then I purposely changed my mind because I was like, why would I be on here with my Atlanta hat on tonight just because there's gonna be a lot of people in here from Atlanta? I'm not finna do that. I love Atlanta, but y'all ain't gonna just make me wear the hat. What's good, man? Everybody ready? Y'all ready for the night, man? I am. Anybody y'all familiar with NAAGA? Anybody? I'm recently learning about NAAGA a little bit more. I'm learning more and more. Um, this is the first time I didn't see the likes outnumber the people in the chat this early ever. That's great. I like when that happens. I guess that's y'all way of telling me to get to it. Cassandra Light, how are you, man? Roadblock, what's up? If y'all got some questions, man, for tonight, we're gonna definitely have a little Q&A segment at some point. But we just gonna get to talking as well. So since the likes look pretty decent, make sure as you guys come in, just hit the like button. I'm gonna go ahead and start talking, get the party started a little bit. Try to learn a little bit more. Just got my first firearm and here to look into. Okay. We'll talk a little bit about some firearms too. Sergeant Major, what's happening? Sergeant Major, OG Tank, what it do, man? Proud NAAGA member for a few years now. All right, Tank, that's good to know. Siege, what's up? Full disclosure, full disclaimer. I'm not a NAAGA member. I'm still learning as well. So tonight I'll be learning, and we'll be chopping it up with the president himself. This is my thing. We could talk to everybody across the land and have a million questions and assumptions about what NAAGA is and what it means. But who better to talk to than the man himself? That's the way I look at it. That's the way I approach everything too. I don't want to talk to the A&R. I want to talk to the boss at the label. Let me see what me and him could top it up about. Howling Dragons, what's happening? Cuzzo, GFM Green, that's my cousin, y'all, in case you didn't know. Patrick, what's happening? So we ain't gonna hold it up too much longer, man. I gotta get Carbon Q up in here. I need Carbon Q. My sister gonna kind of co-host with me tonight, and we're gonna chop this thing up. And if you guys got any type of questions, or absolutely, I see a lot of NAAGA in the chat as well. If you guys are out there and you want to talk from a membership perspective, I'm all for that as well. So, and I appreciate you guys. If you are new to this channel, which I see a lot of you are, please hit the sub button. Do me that favor. And I'm going to tell you something that nobody else probably ever told you. It ain't going to cost you a dime. All you got to do is hit that sub button, man. Hang out with your boy, because you're going to like me before this is over. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm not going to try to figure out if you're going to like me or not. You are, because I like you. Carbon Q. Hello, man. How are you? Did I catch you off guard? I try to do it. I got you, didn't I?
Hi, everybody. Yes.
I like when that happened, boy. You catch them when they looking down. Caliber Magazine is in here. I'm gonna go do a photo shoot Tuesday, trying to get myself on that Caliber Magazine, man. If you're in here, I want you to know I'm trying to get on the cover. I feel like I'm gonna be important real soon, man. So, just look out. I got something to say. I don't know what, but I got something to say. How you doing, Carbon Q?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
So, hi, everybody in the chat. How y'all doing?
We got a dope guest tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Philip Smith.
Yeah.
President of NAAGA.
NAAGA, absolutely.
Now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my story real quick. I didn't know what NAAGA was.
Right.
I had no clue. Then I would hear people say, they would be in the chat and be in the comments and say, "Hey, are you a member of NAAGA?" And I'd be like, "No." And then I ain't gonna even cap. At first, I thought they was joking. I thought they was messing with me because come on now, we all in here tonight. We all family. When you first hear NAAGA, throw you off a little bit. It sent me to the left a little bit. Wait a minute. What you saying?
Silly.
Yeah. I'm a NAAGA, but what do you mean? I don't understand what it is that you saying to me. But I'm gonna tell y'all something tonight. Tonight is the night that we all get to learn. Matter of fact, we got this the head NAAGA in charge, if you want to put it that way. I don't know how y'all want to, say it, but no, it's all love, man. So I did have a chance to talk to this gentleman on the phone. We chopped it up, I think a week or so ago.
Awesome.
Dope brother to me. And again, by me being so naive to NAAGA, it was more about me talking to him,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a great conversation with him. And I'm gonna give y'all some more information tonight that I haven't even made public yet, but I will before the end of this live. But I'm gonna bring, Mr. Philip Smith on.
Yeah.
All right, Carpet, you are a member of NAAGA.
Yes, I am. Since
How about that? Look at that. I'm gonna just bust the information out there. Why not?
yeah,
All right.
business.
Make sure we over 100 people. That's good. How the lights looking, Zach? Are we good? We good to go? I try not to do nothing till the lights be caught up. Oh no, we looking terrible. If everybody can hit the like button, if we can get the likes, we get to 100 likes, I'm gonna bring Mr. Smith on so we can chop it up with him.
Mine says 109.
Big Tap say I don't know 109 likes.
That's what mine says. Yeah.
Dang, my phone behind.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay the bill.
NAAGA is in the building pretty heavy. Our
Yeah,
people is in the building pretty heavy. It's a beautiful thing.
Big Tap say I don't know much about NAAGA either. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn today, man. Big Tap, we're gonna learn together, brother. Like we do often about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Roadblock.
Time to come talk to you. So put your questions out there.
Oh yeah, I mean he's here tonight. Now we might. I don't know how many more times we're gonna be able to catch him. He's a busy man, so we got him tonight though. So whatever.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying whatever questions you guys may have, we got to get them in.
Miss DMV Bison, Miss Kia has been heavy in the building with us for quite some time. So ask your questions now that he created a space and time for us to, give us some answers or clarify some things. So put them in the chat so we can.
Easy. Whoever I didn't get a chance to speak to, if you guys are in here, I appreciate you big time just for coming by to hang out with me on any occasion. So, but I think you guys know that I try to say it as much as possible. So, but tonight, man, listen, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Where's you said you see 109 IQ? Why am I?
Mine says 106 now.
All right, we had 100. I can live with 100.
Yeah.
At least mine say 100. So I'm probably behind.
Okay.
So we're gonna bring Mr. Smith on, y'all. All right.
Okay.
So everybody ready?
Yes.
I wish I had like a countdown thing and a drum roll, but then that make people nervous, and that make me nervous. So I don't want to get nervous. Hot Tub Tony in the building. Here we go.
Hey, Clay.
Whoa, Mr. Phillips, how are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm doing amazing, man. I'm doing amazing. I'm gonna tell you something real quick though. I gotta share something with you before I ask any question.
Okay, go ahead.
I went to this Mexican restaurant today, bro, and I got a burrito. And when I tell you the steak in the burrito was so dry, it was unbelievable, man. I just wanted to share that with somebody today because I don't want to put the restaurant on blast, but it bothered me, man. And I'm not going back there anymore. And I figured I'd tell you that first.
Now what city was that in?
This was in Elgin, Illinois. So it's about 45 minutes outside of Chicago.
Okay.
And don't worry, I'm never gonna let you go there, man. So anyway, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited. I've been waiting to talk to everyone here, and definitely want to chop it up and have a good time. So
absolutely, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you taking out time to come hang with us. This is my sister Carbon Q. She's really she's been helping me on my channel for quite some time.
Nice to meet you.
Of mine.
Nice to meet you too.
And I ain't gonna even lie. I wanted her to come on because she talks soft. I don't know what it is, bro. Sometimes she can ask the same question I ask, and it just come out better.
It just comes out better, huh?
it just do. So
Okay.
we all love barbecue around here. So
all right. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Tonight, man.
You too, Mr. Smith. How are you?
There's often a lot of questions. My bad, y'all. I'm messing up the introduction and everything. There's often a lot of questions surrounding NAAGA, man. And so first of all, let's get into what NAAGA stands for.
NAAGA stands for the National African American Gun Association.
All right. I knew that. I did learn that much.
Okay.
Now, and oftentimes I hear people, they'll come through and they'll say, they're asking me if I'm a member of NAAGA. I was just saying that before you came on.
Right.
And I never knew much about it. And then I would, hear a little bit here and there. And I always wanted to learn. And tonight, I'm going to ask you a few questions myself. I don't really do interviews. I just want to talk to you, see what you're all about.
Yeah, go ahead.
But at the end of the day, there is some questions. I'll let you start though. before we get into any questions. And
Okay.
tell us what NAAGA is, who you are.
Okay.
So on.
I'll give you kind of like the 10,000-foot view for everybody. And first of all, thank you again for being here. I'm excited, and I definitely like talking, especially in a relaxed format. Too oftentimes you get put in a suit and sitting down on TV and all this other stuff. It gets kind of you're not as productive. So
I'm glad you didn't wear no suit, man.
No, that didn't happen.
I'm happy about that.
I just got finished working out, so
my man.
Nice.
When I started, I'll kind of give you guys how I started. So
okay.
A lot of the NAAGA members know, and this is for those members that people here that don't know. I started NAAGA back in 2015. And when I started the organization, I wanted a voice for Black people unapologetically, for us, by us, not controlled by any entity based on money or influence. I wanted to be developed by us, which it was, and directly focused on the African-American community for those of us that own firearms. I would like to. When I started the organization, there was nothing around, literally, other than the NRA and some other very small organizations for other folks. So I wanted a bridge that could take our community and kind of say, you know what, you can come over this bridge and Phil's going to grab you by the hand and make you feel comfortable over here. You're going to see Black instructors. And you probably can tell we have a ton of very qualified NAAGA certified instructors. That's a new thing. You walk into a room, you're going to see a Black instructor, male and female. We're going to have a discussion about firearms. But beyond that, we're going to talk about the history of Black arms. We're going to talk about Tuskegee Airmen. We're going to talk about the Buffalo Soldiers. We're going to talk about Harriet Tubman. We're going to talk about Nat Turner. We're going to talk about all those African Americans, famous and not so famous, that have came before us. And I want to stress that to everybody in the room, that have came before us, our ancestors that have paid the ultimate price in a lot of cases. So you and I can have this conversation tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of our folks, when they have a gun and grab it for the first time, they don't realize the legacy that they are walking into. They don't understand how many Black folks in this country have died for you and I to pick that gun up. We have been the most patriotic group of Black people on the face of this earth, particularly in the United States. We fought for this country when we weren't even considered citizens. We fought for this country when we couldn't even get housing. We fought for this country when we could not even have any type of job employment. And if we did get a job, it was so degraded, it was shameful. But yet we stuck with this country. We have maintained a diligence, a pride, a motivation, a desire to say, you know what, we count. And that's when you come to the organization, that's the kind of spirit you're going to get, be it on the East Coast, the West Coast, Midwest, Chicago, California. We're all here together in a community-based organization.
I love it. I love that. That was deep. NAAGA was started in 2020.
No, 2015.
2015.
Mm-hmm. And launched officially February 28th in honor of Black History Month.
Right. So it's 7 years old, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I mean, you're still relatively young.
Yeah, we're young, but I think we're at the point now we gotta start, we gotta start running hard now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The novelty is over with being the first and largest Black gun club. Now we got to start doing some things that are substantial. We got to start making some impact in the community. And I say this, and everybody here knows this already, but I'm gonna say it again. We must start helping those young Black men and women coming up in high school and junior high. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to have a gun. And as you guys know, I am pro 2A all the way in my heart for Black folks. But there's a segment that is growing of our youth that are lost, and we have to reach out to them because that's the next generation of Black gun owners. So we have to put in bridges and avenues and mentors, male and female, that are going to bring these folks along to make them confident, to make them a valuable citizen in this country. That's the one thing that I'm starting to see that we need to do. The next generation coming down the pipeline.
I agree with that 1,000%, man. I'm always about trying to show our young brothers and sisters the way. So that's a great point. Is there obviously there's a age limit to be able to join NAAGA. What do you, being a member of NAAGA, what's the benefit? What is beneficial if people in here that don't know, like the brother earlier and myself saying, hey,
right,
we're not very educated about NAAGA.
Right.
What would you tell me would be a good reason for me to become a member of NAAGA?
I can tell you about the discounts, the corporate discounts we have. I can tell you you're going to get a digital card. I can tell you you're going to have access to benefits within the organization. But the main thing that you will have, and I think this oversees anything, is that you're going to be able to connect and have a bond with other African-American men and women like you that want to go shoot. I can tell you there's nothing like seeing 15 or 20 black men and women walking toward a range and everybody's got their AR, they've got pistols, and they're learning how to shoot in a very organized and focused and safe way. That's powerful. That's more powerful than anything. So for me, and I'm very biased. I started the organization. I think that's the most tangible benefit that you can come away from, because you can join any organization and learn how to shoot. You can go to NRA and learn how to shoot.
Yeah.
You can go to Well-Armed Women and learn how to shoot. But
Absolutely.
Can you learn about our culture? Can you learn about that shooting fundamentals with a black mentor, a black instructor in front of you talking about firearms? But oh yeah, by the way, let's talk about the Black history of arms also. That, to me, is the biggest takeaway. And a lot of these NAAGA members that are on this call tonight, they can speak to that. They've experienced that. They know what it is to go into a room and see black folks 15, 20 deep and all serious about the business of learning how to shoot. That's a powerful narrative that can't be overlooked.
Tactical Tangerine in the building. What's up, mama? It's my girl right there. She said, I'm a proud NAAGA member. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Carbon Q, questions you have?
Yeah, I do actually have a few. Okay, so you did an interview with Colin New York. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. With Colin New York about 3 years ago, and you were talking about the imagery of Black gun ownership. How has that changed from that time you did the interview to now?
It's changing a little bit, to be honest, but we still have a long way to go. Okay. Most of the times, and I'll kind of take a step back to answer the question in total.
Okay.
When a Black man goes into the average gun range in America, and he is grabbing a gun, or she's grabbing a gun, oftentimes there might be a look by the person behind the counter that doesn't look like us, or a questioning. I know when I first started, and I'll give you an example, and this is back in 2015 when no Blacks were literally in the gun stores. When I walked in, I've been asked, was I gang related? I was asked, do I have any felonies? And I'm just looking. I'm like looking through the guns, not saying anything. And this is what's coming from the person on the other side of the counter. And I could have reacted. I could have said something, could have made a big scene, but just letting them know that when they see a Black man reaching out to get a gun, they weren't comfortable with that. And they certainly were not used to that. I say, regarding your question on imagery, the most powerful thing you can do, or anybody that's listening to me tonight and all my members nationwide, is to continue to take the gun and practice with the gun. Concealed carry, open carry if you'd like. I don't suggest that, but do whatever you think you should be able to do as a Second Amendment, as it applies to the Second Amendment. We've earned that right. The imagery that you're talking about is something that we at NAAGA try to calculate it. We try to calculate our positions in terms of pictures. If you go to our website, everything is positive. It's pro-Black. It's pro-Black women. It's pro-Black men, pro-Black kids. We want to make sure that everybody understands that having a gun is a normal activity. We are citizens of this country, and we're not going to be, we're not sub-Americans or discounted citizens at all. We've earned this right to do that. So we have to fight that imagery with positive images, and we try to do that every day within NAAGA.
Great, thank you. Okay. In regards to 2A, you had spoke about Pistol and Gun Association versus Bruin, and you were saying that it was very important for us as 2A individuals to follow that case. Can you explain why?
I think, and this is just my 2 cents. I'm speaking as Phil, just a member of NAAGA right now, not the president. Too often, up until 2015, other communities, other folks who don't look like us have spoken for us. I don't think that's a healthy thing. Okay. We need to speak out on the Second Amendment. We need to speak out on red flag laws. We need to speak out on legislation locally, regionally, or nationally that's going to impact our rights. Because believe me, if they ever take guns which community do you think they're going to start with first? I'm going to tell you, us.
Exactly.
So we have to be very diligent, not fanatical, but we have to be diligent. And I'm going to say this word or this phrase. I want everybody to listen and please, you're going to hear me say this about 20 times, probably in the next 2 weeks. The most organized community is the most powerful community. I'll say it one more time. The most organized community is the most powerful community. And that simply means, in very basic terms, if you are organized as a group, you can do anything. And that includes legislation, that includes economic power. You're now seeing brothers and sisters buying ammo together. I know 2 or 3 people that have bought $30,000 worth of ammo at one time this year because they went in as a group. They got discounted rates and they got a lot more bang for their money. I see folks now starting to reach out and ask their elected officials about certain laws that they're backing, that they think is a negative to the Second Amendment and their gun rights as a owner. Those are all good things, and we have to be able to do that. We have to be diligent. We have to be really collectively coming together to do those things. If we try to do it like one finger on the hand, it's not going to happen. But if you go like this, you turn that hand into a fist. It's a very powerful vehicle for change for our community, and we have to be just very constant and on that effort of working together.
Well, that was good right there. I should have been writing some of that down. That was real good. Now, I do have a question, and this was something I thought about. Someone was telling me about how the way NAAGA is set up is chapters across the country. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct.
How is it difficult to keep all of that under one umbrella when you're dealing with a lot of different personalities? You know, maybe this NAAGA president is, you know, maybe he's a little bit more aggressive on this end.
Right.
Maybe this person is not as organized over here on this end. And how is that? How do you, you know, being the guy in charge, keep everybody on, you know, or try to keep everybody on the same page? Well, so that all members enjoy the same benefits.
Yeah. Let me address a couple of points. You brought up some great points. First of all, it's called growing pains. And as you grow as an organization, you're going to find out we're not monolithic as Black folks. Some of us believe in open carry. I've talked to brothers say, hey, Phil, I believe I got the right to go into Macy's and have my AR on my back. I've got the right to open carry. You do. I don't think it's the wisest thing to do, but you have that right. You are correct. So we have discussions. We have differences of opinion across the country. You'll find that brothers in the Southeast are a little different from the brothers in the Northeast. And brothers on the West Coast are a little different from brothers in the Midwest. You have to understand the nuances and have all that going around and being able to have those people work together, because we all have different agendas. And that's okay to have different agendas, but as long as the main agenda is to have our community at a better position when it comes to firearms. That's the main thing. We can have differences of opinion on a lot of different stuff, but as long as they're in NAAGA for supporting our community, and we are a community-based organization, make no mistake about it, NAAGA goes as our chapters go. If our chapters are struggling, NAAGA will struggle. That's why it's very, very important. And a lot of folks on this call know this. Presidents of chapters in NAAGA are the most important people in our organization, because they're our ground troops. They're the ones that have their ear to the ground. They hear what people are saying. Hey, they need this or they want this. And you better listen to them, because they understand what's going on. I mean, I can sit here in an ivory tower and act like everything, I know everything, but that would be ill-advised, and that would be untrue. So we're a community-based organization, to answer the question, and we have to listen to our chapter presidents.
Okay. Hot Tub Tony, how is NAAGA any different from any other gun club?
Yeah, I get asked that question a lot, and I got a great answer for you. When it comes to learning how to shoot a gun, we're the same. Isosceles versus Weaver, low ready, high ready. All those basic information, all those basic stuff that you learn in shooting is the same. But here where NAAGA is totally different. We have a process called the NMA, the New Members Orientation class. And in that class, you're going to learn about the heroes in the African-American community, what we call the Black history of arms. I think I spoke about it earlier, but we talk about Nat Turner. We talk about the fact that he used guns to liberate himself, or try to liberate himself. We talk about the Tuskegee Airmen. We talk about the Deacons of Defense and how they Those were ex-Korean war vets, and how they went to the voting offices to protect Black folks registering to vote and to vote, and how they had to deal with the Klan looking at them right across the street, but the Klan didn't dare step toward them because they know these brothers were ready. They had shotguns and rifles, and they knew how to use them. We talk about those things. I'm gonna say this, and I hope I get a chance to talk about it later, because I'm a big advocate of this. And I'm kind of going off kilter here, but I think it's important that you guys understand where my perspective.
Okay.
I think the gun in the African American history in this country is the most important missing link ever. Just imagine if every slave that walked off those ships was given ammo and a rifle. How different would our history be? Just imagine you would not have the Tulsa massacre. You wouldn't have the LA massacre. You wouldn't have thousands and thousands, literally millions of Black men and women that were hung and lynched throughout the history of the last 400 years of this country. So I'm a big advocate. Guns is our missing link, and we need to understand that when you have a gun, you can make your house secure and stable. You can make your community safe and stable. And more importantly, your people become relaxed because they know that the firearm is being used in a very self-defensive posture for the betterment of the community. Look around us. Look at every community that you can think of that's safe and stable. Firearms are somewhere in the background. You may not see them when you walk in the store or in that community, but trust me, you know, certain communities that you walk into, you act up, they're going to give you the business very quickly. We need to take that mindset, and we need to run with that instead of being scared of it, of having a gun being a bad thing.
Okay, guys, I'm going to post a link because I'm seeing a lot of questions out here, a lot. So I'm going to actually post a link in the chat because there's no way for us to be able to put every question up on the screen. So Daughter Ebony says, when our rights as Black 2A members are infringed upon, what is NAAGA's policy on activism? I asked as relates to instances like Philando Castile.
Yeah, that's a great question. When Philando Castile or any of the African-American men and women, high-profile cases, when men were shot, I've always made a public statement. I've always demonized and pointed out, and let's look at Philando Castile when he was shot. I don't know the mindset of the police officer that shot him. I don't. But I know one thing, either he was ill-trained or a racist. Either excuse is an excuse that we can't tolerate, and he needs to go to jail forever. We have to be able to speak to those issues in a very direct, forceful way. I was raised right is right and wrong is wrong. That was wrong. That brother was a card-carrying member to have a gun. He was a good man, a good father. From what I understand, he was really good at his job. That he was well-liked. Just an all-around good brother, but yet he was shot. We have to be able to speak to those issues in a passionate, unapologetic way and not let anyone make us feel bad about it. That's our brother. That could be me. That could be you. That could be one of the people on the show right now listening. We have to be able to say, you know what, that was wrong, and stand on our ground and not worry about what somebody else in the left hand of the field is saying. Don't worry about that. Speak on it and stand on it. That's what I believe. And I'm going to say this also, and I think it's very, very important. We have to believe in us. I say this a lot. I have a lot of isms, and that's one of them. We have to believe in us. And when you believe in us, what you're saying is that I value my life so much that I'm willing to fight and shoot somebody else to preserve it. I'm willing to fight and shoot somebody to preserve my wife. You're not going to rape my child. You're not going to rape my wife. You're not going to kill my son, and you're not going to kill me. Because I value me. I value us. I've got the greatest job in the world. I've always said this. I have one goal in the morning. I wake up, I'm supposed to protect Black people. Period. No titles, no ego. People hit me over the head, but that's okay. My job is to protect Black folks. And that's what I want to do. When it speaks to your question, social activism, we have to be active. And no, we're not being political. We're not saying the Republicans are this way or the Democrats are this way. No, we're saying that brother that was shot, that was wrong. We're speaking to the event and the event only. And I will always speak out. The moment you hear me being quiet, that's the moment y'all need to hit me on the head and kick me out the street or down the street.
Like that. Is NAAGA assisting with teaching Black gun entrepreneurs the steps on opening Black-owned gun shops and or gun ranges? Is that something you guys are?
We're trying to get there. We're trying to get there. We have some really good examples nationwide. We got some folks on the West Coast, Redstone Firearms. We got some other folks on the East Coast, North Carolina, that are doing really, really well. We got some brothers in Missouri that own their own range, that we can kind of look at that and say, okay, this is the template for success, and use that. Ask them questions. How'd you get your financing? How did you buy that particular land that you have your store and your range on?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important that we use those folks and try to soak up what their knowledge, instead of saying, okay, they're going to work in their own little silo and I'm going to work here on my own silo. No, that's not the way NAAGA works. We bring all the information together and we share. Okay, we ask each other, what do you know? Okay, I didn't know that, but I know something you don't know. An exchange of information. And after a while, you get a collective build of knowledge that you can share around the nation that everybody can use and say, well, I talked to Phil over at NAAGA. We can go to this bank and get financing. We can go to this person over here and get a good deal on ammo. That's important.
Okay, I like that. So I got a brother coming in. This is my partner here, man. Who sent that? Arthur and likes guns. Thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I don't know how I missed it, but I appreciate you. This is my partner, Hot Tub Tony. He's gonna come in with a question. Hot Tub. You muted, man. You muted.
Can't hear
your phone.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, good. What's up, man?
You just gonna go and represent, huh? You just gonna go and put it all up on your chest there.
You see it?
I ain't about to say where he's from. What's going on, brother?
So I kind of have a question on behalf of what you said in reference to Philando Castile. I do understand that NAAGA has spoken out against that. Speaking out is good, but what tangible action does your organization have in place to enact a system of accountability and punishment when these events happen? Because yes, it's all well and good. Everybody speaks out.
Correct.
That's not impressive. What would be more impressive is I want to hear a plan in place that you guys have to either economically or politically punish these individuals when these types of incidents happen.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a plan in place, or is there any kind of political action that NAAGA is planning on getting into to lobby on behalf of the Black 2A community?
Let me speak to that. And that's a great question. I think that's a hard question, but I'm gonna answer the best I can. What we have to start doing is looking at what has been successful in our community in the past. And I wrote an editorial about this. Look at the Montgomery boycott. What's in this country, unfortunately, green's more important than black. You go to those people that are not paying attention to you, they're not listening to you, and quite frankly, they don't even care about you. But just imagine if everybody in Philando Castile City, all the black folks stopped going to the store, stopped going to the salon, stopped going to the restaurants, stopped going to the banks, stopped going to the barbershops. Everybody said, you know what, black folks, we're going to stop even putting our money, not even a penny in that particular community, because they obviously don't care about us. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And it's going to happen real quick. The business owners in that community will reach out to the mayor and the chief of police very quickly, because money drives this country, and say, you know what? We got to make those black people happy. We need to address those issues. I've always believed in an economic solution versus marching up and down the street. I get it. Your passions are high. You're pissed off. But marching up and down the street does nothing but give photographers a nice picture for their own little newspaper or magazine. I'm about action. I like moving behind the scenes and making things happen. And I believe when you have a shooting in a city and the administration, be it the mayor and the police, are indifferent to your pain, because that's what it is. It's pain. I cried when I saw Philando Castile, what happened to that brother. And I watched that video about 50 times. It was hurtful. But what we need to do is have an economic strategy when that happens. We cannot afford to sit back and just scream and holler and not do anything. So that'd be my solution.
With that being said, we just had a young brother that was murdered. And I'm going to say it on live. He was murdered when he went on a gun excursion with his white friends
You're
that
talking about the Jamaican brother, right?
Yes. So
Yes.
with all that you just said, what is NAAGA's economic plan to address this issue with the city or with that county?
That we're in process. We haven't done anything, just to be quite clear. I haven't done anything yet, but something's underway.
I understand it hasn't been done.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what is the plan?
It has to be an economic solution combined with legal maneuvers. When I say maneuvers, legal strategy to go to those folks. Because to me, if anybody doesn't know the story, can I tell the story real quickly? This Jamaican brother went on a hunting trip, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hot Tub.
Mm-hmm.
And he went with all white folks, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not trying to demonize all white folks, white people.
No, that's not what we're doing.
He was the only black person on the hunting trip. The next day, he was found to be dead with 9 shots, if I'm not mistaken, 9 shots to his body, mysteriously. No one was arrested. No one was questioned other than just a general questioning from the police, and everybody went home. And this brother standing dead. Now, his family believes there was some foul play. I believe it's some foul play. It's very obvious to me it's some foul play. I wasn't there, but if a black man goes to a hunting trip and the next day is dead, we need to have an investigation. What happened? Details, who saw what, when and where, when did it happen? I mean, there should be a full-blown investigation of that. But apparently, it might be moving a little bit toward that, but the initial reaction was he just got shot and that was the end of it. And to me, that's unacceptable. But yes, there's a strategic move to do something about that and to say something.
I can't, and I don't mean to harp on it, but I kind of got to get a actual plan of action, even if it's not in play right now. What I'm looking for is what would be if in the perfect world, all things lined up, you have the finances to do it. What would be NAAGA's plan for
economic
boycott situations? Like, what is there a legal defense fund that the members' dues go to that can get lawyers in to fight the county for it? Are we planning to boycott rangers out there if they don't acquiesce and get on the law enforcement to do an actual investigation? Those are the type of plans that I'm looking for from the largest black gun advocate in the country. These are the type of things that when I look at a NAAGA, I'm personally, and a lot of other people that think like me, this is what we're looking for. We want to hear actions, not a statement. We want to know that this organization that over 40,000 members are paying dues to is putting that money to good use. And I feel like these types of situations are areas that directly you guys is in your realm. And we need a plan of action. That's kind of why I keep pressing you to get an actual plan, not a statement, but what's your actual plan?
No, and the pressing is cool. I get it. You're passionate about what you're trying to say. That's no problem. But bottom line, we don't have anything I can present to you tonight, and I think I'd be giving you a bunch of crap and bull if I said I got something planned. We've had discussions. We're trying to do something, but right now, Hot Tub, we don't have anything tangible. Just to be quite transparent with you.
And that's honest. That's something that you guys should absolutely think about. But that's something at least I appreciate your honesty.
Right.
My second question, and I'm out RGG after this because I don't want to take up everybody's time.
No, good. It's good.
Got Darling Ebony waiting. You better hurry up, Hot Tub.
As you know, we have the RGAs coming up in 2 months. Is NAAGA prepared to sponsor in any way, shape, or form the RGAs or the meetup? And if not, why not?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Is NAAGA prepared to sponsor the upcoming RGAs and meetup that's happening in a couple of months? And if you are not, why not?
Yeah, we're definitely able, or would be willing to sponsor. The question is, how much do we sponsor?
RGG?
Oh yeah. He's fully aware of the Nashville event.
Right.
And Hot Tub, you just be talking too much because he's already going to sponsor, man. I hadn't made the announcement yet, but he already gave me his word, man. So he's in. So shout out to NAAGA for being behind the RGAs and the meetup in Nashville, Tennessee. And I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you coming and asking that question too, Hot Tub.
I'm sorry I came out the bag.
No, it's
Oh,
good.
no. I was gonna tell it by the end of the live, but Hot Tub done messed that surprise up. Thank you, brother. I
That's what I'm
appreciate
here for, bro.
you, Atlanta
Much
champ.
respect, man. Thank you.
That's my guy, man. I like Hot Tub, man. He a good guy.
I
Appreciate you, brother.
My time and let Darnell get.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna bring in another young lady who she's actually originally from Chicago. She's really cool and a supporter of the channel. Darling Ebony, how are you, ma'am?
Hello, how are you? Hey, Carmen Q.
How are you? What's going on?
Everything. Hello, Philip Smith. My name my name is Darlin Ebony. I am a member of NAAGA, and I have been for about 2 or 3 years.
That's good. That's good.
And Hot Tub Tony kind of beat me to the punch. As I guess maybe a point of concern for me. For example, we had the issue last month with Amir Locke.
Right.
He was in Minneapolis. Minneapolis seems to be a problem.
Yeah.
He legal gun owner. He had a gun, not that it was anyone's business, but he had one because he was a delivery driver delivering food, right. And doing Uber. And the police came in with a no-knock warrant. And when it first happened, the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus came out with a statement. And I, as a NAAGA member, wanted to know where our statement was. And I actually reached out to a member who I thought was on your executive board, who I know. Mm-hmm. And I said a statement was forthcoming. Mm-hmm. And then with regards to Peter Spencer here in Pennsylvania, they've determined in the last 5 days that the shooting of him in the back, twice in the buttocks, twice in the back of the legs, was justified. And I don't expect, and the reason why I joined NAAGA was because I did not feel like the organizations in the larger 2A community represented my interest. And to some extent, I found them to be quite hostile at times. When you go to their YouTube videos and you see what their leaders have to say about us, when they're supporting people like George Zimmerman. So I joined NAAGA in hope that something would be different. And as a member, one of my concerns that I've had for the last couple of years is when these instances happen, you say you make a statement. I don't feel like I have access to your statements. I sometimes, like when Amir Locke happened, I went to Instagram, I went to Twitter to see what NAAGA's statement was. And then I explicitly asked one of your executive board members what that statement would be. So when you're talking about mobilizing and trying to get that economic boycott together, if we're not even aware as members what your statement and position is as a NAAGA community, we can't even begin to support you or support any kind of economic boycott or empowerment to change these things. And I wanted to express also that as a member, I'd like to see NAAGA be, it's not political. This is a human rights issue, and we do have the right to bear arms. Yes. I would like to see NAAGA be more upfront and out front when these situations happen. Kenneth Walker, if he wouldn't have had a gun, we might not just be mourning the death of Breonna Taylor, we might be mourning his death too. Tamir Rice was a gun issue in the sense that we're an open carry state here in Ohio. He was 12 years old, and that officer just shot without even seeing a gun, really. Yeah. It could have been any one of us who got shot. So I guess my statement and concern is that I, as a member, don't feel that I have access to know what NAAGA is doing in instances like these.
And thank you. Just let me address the first thing regarding this, the statement. As soon as the incident happened with Amir Locke, I made an editorial statement on our website. And if you don't have a copy of that, I'll make sure you get a copy.
Okay.
I did not shy away from that at all, because that was tragic. I'm not a believer in no knock, because I think no knock is a code word for killing Black folks. I'm just going to be really direct. I mean, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's just the reality. When you can knock somebody's door down at 3 a.m. when they're sound asleep, and of course,
I'll be back.
Of course, first thing I'm going to do, if I'm in my house, I'm going to grab a gun. And that brother, all he did was just try to defend himself, and was slaughtered. I mean, it was not to me, based on what I've heard and seen and talked to the folks on the ground, it wasn't even a second, I believe, maybe 2 seconds before they started lighting him up. And that's unacceptable. So I did make a statement. To your larger question, I think, now let me make sure I'm answering this correctly. There is I think, a social and moral responsibility that NAAGA has to do. If all we're doing, and I said this years ago, and I say it even now tonight, if all we're doing is getting together on the weekend with our new gear and my new AR and my new hat, and I got everything looking like I'm ready to go on SEAL 16, if I'm doing something like that and that's all that I'm doing, we're missing the point.
Right.
We're missing the point.
So do you think that for members and for non-members, that it would be advantageous for NAAGA to start putting your statements on your social media websites? Because I know for me, I did not go to the website because most organizations like the NRA, the Minnesota Gun Owners Association, they put their statements on their Twitter page. They put them on their Facebook page. They put them in their Instagram account. And so in doing so, when I'm scrolling through in general, I was able to see what they had to say about these specific instances. And because I didn't actively engage to go to the NAAGA website, I thought NAAGA was being silent.
Oh, no, I would not allow that.
Right. So do you think that you could start putting your statements, your plans, not necessarily the plans, but your statements definitely on the website, and maybe starting to direct members, okay, this is what we're going to do. Go to our website for more information, or include in the newsletter, this is what our plans are, so that we can have an understanding and be able to support this kind of activism, because it is a human rights issue.
Correct. And you make everything you're talking about is absolutely correct. We need to be better about how we get that messaging out. Even though after I made the statement, it was on Facebook, I got the feedback that people were going to Instagram and Twitter and they weren't seeing anything. So we had to circle back and try to catch up. But by that time, we had missed out on a lot of folks like yourself who thought we said nothing. And I just want to state categorically, we would never do that.
Okay.
Every time a Black person, I'm going to end it with this, a Black person is shot, that's family. Even though you don't know that person, that's part of our family. That's part of the NAAGA family. And we can no longer allow that to happen.
Right. And because we cannot also, in my experience, we can't count on other organizations that aren't us to speak for us, because they won't do it. And quite often they're on the opposite side of the issue. They often will support our deaths. Yeah. And openly do so, and unapologetically do so. There's
a lot of people, and I don't want to get on this too deep, but I think everybody knows what I'm trying to say, and I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to dance around it. There are a lot of people in this country that don't want us to be successful. They don't want us to be safe. They don't want us to be secure. They don't want us to have our kids have a future, and they're trying to cut us off at the knees. So we need to come together collectively, to your point, and start realizing that and act upon that. So
thank you. I'm not going to take any more time. Thank you, RGG, for having me on.
Thank you, Ebony.
Love you guys.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to run. I jumped off the camera. I looked at my ring doorbell and the police was at the door. I thought I did something. I'm like, oh, damn, not a NAAGA on the live and the police here. What did happen? But I'm okay. Everything good. Some kids ran away in the neighborhood. They were looking for them. I don't know what happened, but I'm all good.
All right. Take
care.
I
just want to say something really quick. Like, these questions that are being asked, it's not to come at anyone on the panel. There are questions that people have. And in order for us to get to know NAAGA and for you to understand what they do, questions have to be asked. So everybody in the chat, take it easy. They're just questions. People don't know.
And if you want to ask a question, I suggest you guys.
Oh, and I'm not attacking anyone. I support
not you.
Oh, no.
I think there's like a misunderstanding that's going on. In fact, that
can I say something, Carbon Q?
Sure.
And I want this to go out to everybody.
Yeah.
If you get me out here and I can't answer questions, or I refuse to answer questions, that's a red flag. I need to be on talk shows like this, or discussions like this every day, if at all possible, so everyone knows exactly where we're at, and more importantly, where we're going. Because Darlene made a great point as a member, and there's a legitimate question. What are we doing? Because she didn't see it. I obviously I've educated her on, we did do something, but we need to be better with our messaging. I will never stand still and not say anything. That's just not in my spirit, because I'm a black man first before anything.
Mm-hmm. And it's like you said earlier, you said it's growing pains. We're still growing and learning. There's a lot of people that's going to just grow and learn from you just from listening to this live. Somebody just said they never even heard of NAAGA until this live. This is going to go out to a lot of people, and that's going to help build NAAGA up. It's probably going to give you some things to go back and address, or go ahead and, you know, bring light to it for other people. So we're just having a conversation, family.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. We're gonna get to know Phil tonight. I ain't even, because the question got so good that I ain't even been able to address the armor all that he got on his head. We ain't even talked about that. So
you know you're wrong, man. You know you're wrong.
Hey, check it out though. 1 second. I see people in the background waiting. I'm about to bring you guys in, but before I do that, I got a good surprise for Phil. So listen, we just added this new thing tonight. Okay. This is the first time I've done it, but I'm gonna do it every time I bring a guest on, right?
Okay.
So we got this thing. We're just gonna go through with it. Basically, it's gonna be 5 questions that's gonna come at you, and you're just gonna have to pick multiple choice. All right. So it's about to get interesting. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 5 on the Fly, where we ask our guests 5 random questions with no right answer. So sit back and let's have some fun.
Okay. I want you to meet my Fly family.
Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Wonderful. Phil, tough crowd. It's good to see you. You look great.
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to come at you with 5 random questions. You can't be right, can't be wrong, but just give us your quickest answer. Okay, you ready?
I'm gonna try. I'm an old man, so I'm gonna try to keep up.
That's all right.
All right, go ahead.
Chicago pizza, New York pizza.
Ooh.
Come on now.
Yeah, New York.
Yeah!
I'm gonna get hate mail. I'm gonna get hate mail tonight. I'm gonna get hate mail tonight. Watch.
It gets harder. It gets tougher.
Oh man, you're wrong, man. You're wrong.
It's just totally wrong. Michael Jackson or Prince?
Oh, MJ. All day.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh,
I like
MJ,
Prince.
Michael Jackson liked Prince so much that he named his son Prince.
Okay. But I'm still MJ.
But I'm MJ all the way.
Yeah.
All the way. All right. Life or Friday?
Friday.
Oh,
I Chris Tucker, Ice Cube. Come on now. Come on.
Oh.
That's a classic. Nah, that's not even close for me, man.
All right. Now, so due to your roots and where you are now,
right?
NWA or Outkast?
Ooh.
See.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one,
man. Because I love Andre 3000. I like Big Boy, but you're
gonna break some hearts.
I'm a California dude with NWA. Raised and born, bred and buttered in Northern Cali, so I got to go with Cali.
NWA. NAAGA's with attitude, boy. You heard him.
That hurt though. That hurt.
All right, one more question. This is probably the most important question that you are going to answer tonight.
Yes,
I'm going to allow our host, a regular gun guy, to go ahead and ask you this question, and we can log it in. Brother, don't disappoint me. We on the same team right now.
Mr. Phil.
Yes, sir.
What do you put on your grits?
Ooh.
Oh, that's easy. Butter.
Yeah, that's my boy.
I don't put no sugar on it.
I don't put no sugar on the grits. Boy,
come on now. I married a black Southern country girl who can throw down. She's 26 and 0. When I say 26 and 0, I've not met a woman that can beat her in the kitchen in 26 years, including my mom.
You heard him?
Damn, including the mama.
Including my mom.
Amazing woman. Hey, speaking of your wife, we really, really have to thank her. And this is not a question. This is just a statement.
Right.
As far as I heard, your wife convinced you to move from Cali to Georgia.
Oh, she told me.
Well, yeah, that's right. She
It
pushed.
was an order. It was an order.
That's how the hair is missing now. She said, boy, you're going to come. We've got to thank her because I'm not too sure, and I'm not a fortune teller, if NAAGA would exist if you wouldn't have made that move from Cali to Atlanta.
I'll be honest, it changed my life when I came to Atlanta because as you guys know, it's a different vibe down here. Brothers are very progressive. Their conversations like we having tonight, people do that on the daily. And it makes you, it kind of, steel sharpens steel. And it makes you think about stuff in a progressive thought. So yeah, I would agree with that.
Good.
Thank you, my fly family. I appreciate you.
Definitely. I appreciate it. Everything that you do, brother, you're doing it all right. And it's going to be ups, it's going to be downs. We'll be all right. I'll see you on Saturday.
All right, I'll be there.
Good.
Amen.
RGG, Carbon Q, love y'all. I'll talk to you later.
Peace. All right, that loosened things up. Now there were some people waiting in the cut.
All right.
They had a couple more questions, but I had to get that in, man. That was
nice.
5 on the fly. Okay. Oh man.
I'm gonna get some hate mail for the Chicago thing. I'm gonna take you.
It's over. Matter of fact, the first email you're gonna get from me, but we ain't gonna do it right now.
No, you did the right thing, Mr. Bell. Hell no.
I get sick of these New York people. Real deal, 10 mil. What's up?
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
So Phil, let me tell you, this is Real Deal 10 mil. I was gonna tell you that he was a white guy, but you can see that for yourself.
Hey, nice to meet you,
I'm gonna give you a fun fact, though. I'm gonna give you a fun fact.
Okay.
He got a pet pig named Tank.
Okay.
That's it. I'm gonna leave it right there. Go ahead, Real Deal. What you got for Phil, man?
Hey, so I was just curious. I know that I'm not you're not focusing on your organization is focusing on the Black community.
Yes,
and
sir.
I was curious, as a white guy, am I allowed to join it, and am I welcome to join your organization? Can I be a part of it, or is it just for?
Absolutely. We have over 1,800 white members that are very active, and they join knowing that they are joining a Black organization with Black focused topics, events, motivations. That's they know that going in, and it's a good thing. We are what we call a big tent organization. In other words, when you come into our organization, you're going to see different types of folks. 97% Black, mostly Black, but we do have other folks from different backgrounds, and we welcome you guys to come in and support us in our efforts to learn about the gun and learn how to protect ourselves.
Awesome. I am 2A all the way, and anything I can learn about 2A is a good day.
Absolutely.
I am. I'm a Constitution guy. Constitution is for everybody who walks this great country of ours, and I'm small government, and anything I can learn about 2A is what I thrive for. Sorry, I'm stuttering.
No, that's a good thing. I think it's admirable that you're coming in and you're supporting African Americans in that direction. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's a good thing.
Appreciate you, Real Deal. Big time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. See who we got here. Who's next? Oh, one of my favorite people, Mr. Black Poindexter. Hey, what's going on, champ?
What's going on, Brother Phillip?
Who we got? Mr. Poindexter. Who in here tonight?
Carbon. What's up, RGG?
What's
up? The only
up?
wrong answer you gave was Prince. That's the only wrong one. Everything else was exactly right. Pizza is
don't hate me. Just don't hate me. That's all I ask.
You got everything right. Genius. You're a genius.
Right.
I want to say, of course, first of all, thank you. Thank you for coming on and sharing a lot of this information. I am not a NAAGA member. I just found out last week. I saw a bunch of brothers and sisters walking to the range that I go to on a Saturday. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? And I walked up and met the president of the local San Antonio chapter. Okay. He gave me his card and some information. And I was very surprised that they had a local chapter. So I will be joining. So I wanted to say that. One of the other things I want to talk about, you talk about economic empowerment. I'm very big on that. I was a member of a local organization, nonprofit, that spoke on that. And of course, education and knowing our history. We really pushed that. It had schools and everything down here in San Antonio. But wanted to know a little bit more about the stance. I understand that it's not a political organization, but you talked about economic empowerment. What is NAAGA doing? I learned that there's a local fee that you pay and a national fee that you pay to become a member, which is not problematic. But I'm just wondering if there are some things that are being done to take some of this vast knowledge that you have from these members and coming together for economic empowerment, collective empowerment of maybe some of those funds, so that maybe we can buy some land collectively and build ranges collectively. I don't know if that's part of the overall view, because I know you've been trying to grow and that takes up a lot of the inertia, but is that something that's planned in the future?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I'll add to that. If we don't do that, we're going in the wrong direction. Okay. The only thing that we can do, not the only thing, but the one thing we have to do as an organization is we have to constantly change. We can't stay stagnant. Just because something was successful for the first 7 years does not mean the next 7, that's going to be the way we're going to go. So we have to always kind of look down the road, be progressive, be intuitive, and be smart Black folks, quite honestly, and learn how to use ourselves collectively. You hear me say that a lot, collectively, because I think collectively is the only way that we can have success as an organization and as people, because everyone else works together except Black folks, unfortunately.
Exactly. That's always an issue. The other thing I had, it was kind of spoken about before, is being more forthcoming in what's being done, how it's being done. So seeing as, you want to move towards that, economic empowerment and collective empowerment, and using those funds and knowledge and information, being more front facing. I don't know if you guys already have, like at the end of the year prospectus, where you can put information out there so that new members, old members, can kind of see what's going on, so that we can, kind of keep our eyes and ears on and say, hey, okay, I can see where they're moving, how they're moving, this, that, and the other. Also, like you said, social media, so that, people are aware, because a lot of times if we don't see anything or hear anything, we think nothing's going on, and I'm sure that's not the fact. But just more, getting that information out there and sharing with people.
And I think I'm not going to shy away when we're not doing something that the way we should be doing it. We have to do a better job as far as communication. Of course, we're doing those things, but we need to stop working in a silo. And I'm probably the biggest offender of just working and not getting the information out to other folks to know what I'm doing. But you speak about something that we need to do. We need to be a little more vocal and better communication to all of our members. So you'll say, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. I see what the plans that they have on paper, and I see what their direction they're going for this year.
Yeah. And I think that would be very powerful, because I know for me, I like to have information. I like to be able to put my hands and grab, okay, see, I can see this, and boom, boom, boom. Okay, we met it. We didn't meet it. Why we didn't? Okay, let's work a little bit harder. Let's try to maybe contribute to raise funds or do more things to help make this successful, because I do want to see this be successful. As a former military member, all of my uncles served in the military all the way back. I did my family history. We served, like you said, I love that you spoke on that, how we've, fought for this country, how we sacrificed for this country, and we don't, get, our just due. I go to this one range, and I didn't even know they had a military discount. I've been going to that range for years, and this other person who didn't look like me, oh, are you a member of the military or former?
Uh-oh. BP, first thing you got to do is get that internet together.
Yeah.
Great comments, man.
So, they didn't, I guess looking at me, didn't think that I had been a military member. So I was like, well, where's my discount? But again, we get treated differently because of how we look. So
right.
We have to speak on those things.
Absolutely. We can't stand quiet.
Exactly. And use our money, don't spend money for bad service. And another thing too, businesses that you encourage us to frequent, if that can be, voiced, and hey, here's what we encourage. You can't make anybody do anything, but encourage people to spend their money wisely, and don't spend money on people who don't care about you. That's makes no sense. So
no, I agree.
But I appreciate you. I just wanted to ask those few questions. Like I said, I will be joining, and I definitely am encouraged by what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work.
Definitely, man. Respect. I appreciate you, man.
Most definitely.
Appreciate it. So listen, let me take a second, man, and ask everybody that just came in or just joining to please hit the like button if you're in here. What's up to everybody that I didn't get a chance to speak to, because there's so many of you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming through to chop it up with me and Mr. Phil on this night, man. I know, man, Phil, they done hit you with some tough questions, man.
No, that's good. I like that.
Like, whoa, I don't know how to answer that was good though. Please, guys, hit the like button for me. Guns Out TV, what up? What's good? Honda Magna, everybody. I hate that I can't speak to everybody at once. But if you guys just show me a little bit of patience, I'm gonna post this link out here. You're welcome to click on the link. As long as Phil's willing to hang out with us, you guys can come in and ask your questions. This is the opportunity to do that. So we can all learn more about NAAGA. I'm definitely learning a ton, sitting here hosting. Let's try to get these likes up though, because we way behind. Big Dre, what's good? We way behind, man. So if you guys could just take that second and hit that thumbs up for me, man. So let me bring in somebody else. This is Siege. What's up, Mrs. Siege? How are you, ma'am? You're muted.
How you doing? I can't hear.
Oh, man. So you still muted. We ain't gonna be able to read your lips now. We got now. Hit it again. Unmute. Now. No, you got to fix your mic. No. Okay. She said I'll come back. I saw that part.
I didn't hear it. I just saw it.
Yeah. I saw her say it. How do you see somebody say something?
Said I'll be back.
Okay, hold on. Who we got here?
Hello,
ma'am. How
can
are
everyone hear me?
Hello.
Great. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having this StreamYard tonight. My name is Ross. I'm from Onyx Sharpshooters. And I am a member of NAAGA and have been for coming up on 2 years. And I wanted to just thank you all. I have several questions. Onyx Sharpshooters, we're located in Maryland and also Washington, D.C. We have members that are all from all over. I've been dealing with political space for a while. And actually, I'm helping with the whole situation that's happening in Mason and with reparations. I just wanted to have a question regarding the brother had stepped in earlier, like, what are we going to do? Is NAAGA willing to fund people that are going into politics to take offices? Because it seems to me like local offices is where we need it. And I know a lot of times we have Black politicians. They are anti-2A. I mean, I'm in Maryland. I talk to people that are my representatives, and they seem like they're scared of, even engaging in that. And also dealing with a lot of the pastors that are I'd say even in Maryland and Washington, D.C., they're anti-2A, and they're teaching this to their congregants. And that seems to be a problem. What are we doing? Or what is going to be made available to us in order to help get the hearts and minds changed around? That's my question one. As far as dealing with 2A, are we willing to, fund politicians in order to be the 2A representatives in these local municipalities and counties?
Let me answer that. And Ross is your name, correct?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Ross. This is probably one of the more difficult situations that we have to deal with. We'll have a really good politician who backs the organization that wants to do some good for the Black community. But the way we are structured as a 501c4 and what I have outlined in the organization, we don't back politicians, but we will back policy. And a lot of times we have to kind of step back, and I'll be very honest, it's difficult because I'll see this person, they'll give me a call. And I get a lot of calls on a daily basis from all over the country on both sides of the aisle saying, Philip, we need you to support this. Can you support me on this and that? But I don't. And it's hard because there's some really good brothers out there and sisters that we need to support because they've got our back. And they are warming up to 2A. And let's be honest, a lot of our folks on our side that vote, that are Black, a lot of them don't really embrace the 2A. They're starting to change, I believe. Based on how the country's changing with COVID and people starting to buy guns in the large numbers that we have. But it is a very difficult process where you have to kind of sit back and say, you know what, as much as I want to, I still can't legally go out and support this person because they are representing a particular political party.
Right. I guess I'm asking too, what is it that we as the members can do along with, with NAAGA in order to get a better, I saw the Caliber magazine. It's amazing. And thank you for that issue. I've been telling people about it because I'm so active in the politics across the country. A lot of people know me, and I have been pushing for people to join various Black gun clubs. I've been mentioning NAAGA. I got somebody, I'm in Maryland. I got somebody just the other night in Ohio to sign up. Someone today in Baltimore had signed up a couple days ago. And I'm just talking to people because I know a lot of people. But I'm saying, what is it we can do, especially in anti-2A areas that I'm in? I'm an instructor. But what is it that we can do in conjunction with NAAGA in order to get Black people? I mean, it's like Maryland is Maryland. I got, people in New York and New Jersey that have never held a firearm. And they want to be able to, but they're being drowned out and drummed out. And we seem to continuously, politically speaking, be supporting, not say NAAGA, but I'm just saying us as Black people, for me, it's a problem that the brother from Jamaica went hunting, because that's off code behavior. If you're from the US and you do not do certain things with a bunch of white guys like that, it just doesn't make sense. You have to have that kind of support, and the history. So it's like we need to be able to teach people when they do come. And if he was a member of NAAGA, he was around NAAGA people, he would have known never to just do that. I mean, that's something my dad had taught us when we were kids. So I want people to be able to get the real information by being around the real people that are able to help. But what can we do to really market and be able to get, NAAGA out there more? And to also let our people to stop being so fearful. I'm doing a free gun class to teach little kids how to stay away from firearms. They're 3 years old. There have been various, tragedies, things happening, and people are fearful to even allow me a free space in their facilities because it's dealing with guns. And I said, well, I'm trying to keep kids safe away from the firearms, and to go and tell their parents and do a little, project and fun activity with the kids. And people hear the word gun in the Black community, they're terrified. But I can go right across the water into Virginia or West Virginia or Pennsylvania, and they're welcoming me with open arms in the white communities. So that is a problem. We have to do something with the minds and hearts and minds of the Black communities in order to get that changed around. And I'm just looking for ways in order to communicate or coordinate with NAAGA in order to be able to get that done.
Well, I would love to work with you. And this offline, maybe you and I can have a conversation. But I think you're kind of doing it already. Talking to many different people about your perspective and why guns are good. But one person can't do it. It has to be a collective effort. And I'm going to say this about politicians. The only thing that they respect are numbers, because numbers affect if they are in office or not. So if we organize ourselves and put pressure on those folks and hold them accountable when it comes to Second Amendment perspectives, then they're going to listen to us. But one person yelling in the crowd, they're just going to be dismissive and keep moving on. But if they know if 30,000 folks or 20,000 folks in their area of responsibility are saying we are pro 2A, they're going to sit down and listen to you very carefully and very in a very detailed manner, because they don't want to lose those votes. That's the only way they're going to listen. Politicians don't go in sympathy. They don't go in anything but raw facts and numbers. And raw facts and numbers are votes.
Absolutely. All right. I thank you so much for those answering those questions, and I'll leave. Thank you guys for allowing me to be on here.
Thank you, Ross. I appreciate
nice meeting you, Ross.
I'm going to bring Siege back in. Hopefully she got her audio together. Speaking of votes, whoever's out there that haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, I'm asking you for your subscription right now. It would be great. This is a dope 2A channel, man. I think you guys will enjoy it. We have a lot of dope discussions, definitely other 2A content. So if you guys would be so kind, but to hit the like button, if nothing else, whether you subscribe or not, please hit the like button for this live, for us having this discussion. I absolutely appreciate it. Let me see. Siege. Oh, no. Wait a minute. We're getting close. There's something going on with your microphone over there.
I think you need to take off those headphones.
Try without the headphone. Still nothing. Why can't we hear?
Are they unplugged? Has she unplugged their headphones?
You know what? Maybe in StreamYard, can you select your microphone? Do you get a settings window? I'm usually able to hear it. I don't know why. Yeah, just ask your question in the chat, Siege, and then we'll try to get to it. All right, let me see. Hold on. New York City. Oh man, this is gonna be a good one, man. Do you have a lot of New York friends, Phil?
Oh, all over. Half of New York in Atlanta right now. They're moving down here.
So, you're gonna love this. This is a guy that moved from New York, but you can't tell. If I didn't tell you he moved from New York, you'd think he was in Brooklyn somewhere right now. Rodney Brady, what's up?
Chilling. How's everybody doing? I go home
good, man. What's up, son? Where's born?
Chilling. The God is good. But Phil, I just want to say thank you for the magazine, part of the illumination of the light, brother.
Oh, thank you.
2 questions, and I'm going to fall back. As times are changing right now, and I know NAAGA's a new organization. It's a small organization compared to some of the larger organizations in this country. Are you going to work or reach out to some of the younger influencers in the gun community to help NAAGA grow? Because there are some people who are doing some numbers, who have come through this show and are putting some crazy numbers up on the YouTube, IG, Twitter to help grow NAAGA. Because I understand, I know a lot of people had questions. What are you doing? It's just still a small company, and it takes money to get some of those things done, to move people from one side of the country to another, to get those boycotts going. So are you going to start working with some of the younger heads and some of the more popular heads, even if politics are not aligned?
We're already doing it, and you and I are in the same conversation, in the same wavelength, because last week and the week before we had discussions with our executive team and also members that are heading our youth committee, because we just started a youth committee, because we must, as an organization, we have to embrace and pulling young folks, because in 20 years, us old folks going to be gone. So we have to. And to your point, we've been able to reach out to 2 or 3 really popular Black social influencers who have said, yes, we're going to help and coordinate and connect with each other, because it's a mutually benefited relationship. So you're right on the same wavelength that I'm thinking of.
Okay. All right. That's all I really wanted to know, just to get the word out, because as the organization grows, I know the monies will grow and actions can also grow out of that. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of doors you got to kick into. So it's going to take some time. All right. And that's all I really had today. So peace out, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Peace. Get you some good food, brother.
That Mexican food in South Florida better than Chi-Town. So
it probably is, especially the spot I went to today. I'm not going to argue.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right, bro. So the question Siege was trying to answer when the audio wouldn't work is, does NAAGA have an annual membership drive? What are 2 things we can do right now other than become a member to support NAAGA?
Well, to answer the first question, we don't have a quote-unquote designated day for our annual membership drive, but we are year-round trying to promote the organization. It's something that we should have, but we don't have that right now. Regarding her second question, what the 2 things we can do right now other than become a member to support NAAGA? Keep doing what you're doing. Talk about the organization. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your workers that you interact with. Tell everybody about the organization and what we're doing. That's the best way to support us. We also need volunteers. We are on certain things that we're trying to accomplish. We are a smaller organization, and volunteers are jewels. Those are our gems, because those folks come in and literally say, you know what, you don't have to pay me, but I'm still going to assist you into your target goal. So if you feel like being supportive and volunteering, we need volunteers for a lot of different things. And that's anyone that's listening to us right now, please volunteer, because we're a pro-Black organization that we need bodies. We need folks that are Black that can come in and do things. So that's probably the best way to support the organization.
Okay. Thank you, Siege. You got the question out one way or the other. See, who is this? Roadblock.
Hey, what's up, RGG? What's happening, everybody? Carbon Field. Hey, so I am a NAAGA member. Been a member for a year now. I'm an NRA instructor, actually. So with all of the concealed, so I got two part question.
Sure.
So with all of the constitutional carry laws that just passed, Ohio just passed a constitutional carry. So my president said that he's supposed to have a meeting with a representative from NAAGA for a I guess a nationwide concealed carry curriculum that you guys are putting out. Is that true?
We have, as you guys know, we have the NAAGA instructor program that's
right.
We have the basic firearm course, and we are developing. We have Akil, Kadar, and Tiffany Johnson, who are the architects of our program, as we speak right now, finishing up the concealed carry course. Once the concealed carry course is completed, we can then have what I call a full slate that can go to different states and get certified. But we are in the process of getting that done. And I tell you one thing, it takes a lot of money. These folks are not cheap. They are very, very good. And to get everything legally done, and also at the same time, your breadth of details within those instructions, as you know, it has to be able to meet up to that legal requirement.
Right.
And folks have to be able to understand that. So it has to be done very carefully. But we got two really good folks that are putting it together. And I think you guys will be very, very proud of some of the conversations we have, because they are for us unapologetically. They wanted to have a best in practice in terms of the curriculum, the details that are going to be involved. And I think you when you look at it as an instructor, you have a different set of eyes than I do. You can say, you know what, this is well done. And I think that's the goal of the whole process.
Okay, so there will be so instead of getting a USCCA instructor's license, I can get a NAAGA license in the near future.
Absolutely. We are working on that diligently. The first states that we're probably going to shoot after are going to probably be in the Midwest, because those are not
Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio.
So Ohio, Michigan, those are areas that
Illinois. Did you say Illinois?
No, he didn't say that.
Because that's in the Midwest too.
Yeah, that's in the Midwest too. But eventually we'll get there. But yeah, you're right. We're definitely going to be looking at those areas in those states, because I think, and this is my bias, as an organization that talks about guns, that teaches folks about guns, the most symbolic and strongest statement you can make is say, you know what, we can stand our own merit because we have our own program. We have our own instructors.
Yes, because I hate saying, I don't like saying I am an NRA instructor because of what Hot Tub Tony said and what other people think. Like, the NRA does not inherently support a lot of the stuff that's going on in the Black community. So to say I am a NAAGA certified firearms instructor is a goal of mine. So I appreciate you answering that question, man.
Right. And I'll say, and I'll add this to also, it's pride. We got to believe in us.
Yes.
Because nobody else is going to believe in us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If I'm going to come in and I need instruction, I'm going to call you. Because you're a NAAGA certified instructor, I'm going to go to you. I don't need to go to anybody else. Your expertise is just as good or better than those other folks out there. So why am I giving my money to somebody else? And that's another thing I like to talk about at some point tonight. We have to stop giving thousands and thousands of dollars to other people. Why not give the money to you? And that's just, that's just a passion of mine that I've seen over the years. We're giving out too much money to other people that really don't care about us.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I appreciate you having me on RGG.
Oh, ain't nothing, man. What's going on, man? Everything good?
Everything good. Everything good. Got class on Saturday. You know how it is.
Yeah, me too, brother. Wish me luck.
Before we go, Roblox, hold on. The certified firearms instructor qualifications for NAAGA. Can you explain that to me? The part that I would like clarification on is the 3 to 5 years experience, unless you have prior training.
We have a director of training, and I would bear in mind, I'm not an instructor. I'm not going to try to act like I am. Mm-hmm. That's why he's a director of training. He's a certified instructor in many, many different organizations. But we do have a new standard.
Okay.
And you must have experience. You can't, even as much as I want to say, you could be someone that's really, really gifted, but only have 1 year experience. It's going to be problematic to qualify for the NAAGA instructor course moving forward. no matter how much I like you, no matter how much your intentions are for the benefit of the Black community, you have to have a standard that will meet our what we're looking for. But we'll have that, publicly presented pretty soon.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you finished?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
I'm sorry.
That qualification. Is that qualification actually honored by other people, like how USCCA and the other one is?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Qualification that they get from NAAGA, is that honored?
I'll be very honest. At this point, we are not certified in one state.
Okay.
So we need to get the curriculum. We need to have the beginners course. We need to have a concealed carry course. We need to have the NAAGA instructor course. So we can go to those states and say, you know what? We have a legally qualified and binding training course here. Please look at it and certify it. Once we start doing that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So the experience with the experience is the NRA and the USCCA instructor. Then for 3 years, then you can qualify. So what is the experience? The 3 years experience, or?
Well, like I said, I'm not the director of training, but what I asked him to do is make sure that we have a standard in place. Someone could come from the federal government and have 3 years as a federal instructor. We'll accept that. Law enforcement will accept that, as well as other organizations. But the main thing, they have to have experience, official experience in some capacity before you can become a NAAGA instructor. Because what we're trying to do, we're trying to get the best of the best. Because those folks are going to go out into our community. Not only are they qualified to shoot and instruct, but they have a sensitivity toward Black folks that Black people need to feel in that classroom. Because as you know, sometimes those classrooms can be a little cold for us. We ask a question, it's dismissed a little bit.
Now, this is probably the first time
Go ahead.
out of everything I heard tonight that I got through off a little bit, because I was very interested. Because right now, Saturday, I was just saying I'm taking my class. I'm actually going to get my NRA certification because from what I've been told, these are the 2 certifications that you have to get that are recognized, on a wide scale,
Right.
NRA, USCCA. I think it would be amazing to be able to have NAAGA added to those credentials, of being certified. But I don't have 3 years of professional, experience. Is there something in place that you plan to put in place that would even give the training to qualify you to be a NAAGA instructor? Because otherwise it eliminates a lot of people that want to get to that point and want to be a part of it, and that would be passionate about it, would learn and would have the skill set, but they can't because you don't have, law enforcement or military or so on and so forth background.
Right. And let me say that's preferred, but not mandatory, based on the new standards that are going to come out. So in other words, if you have 3 years experience out in the field with the general public, we'll look at that and we'll definitely say, okay, he's qualified, come on in, or whatever the case may be. But it's not something not a line in the sand. If that makes sense.
Okay, but that's something I think should definitely be considered, because I think that you have so many people that are out here learning and really passionate about firearms and want to be instructors. I mean, to hear Roadblock say that's a goal of his to be a NAAGA certified instructor says something. Right. But then he may be, X'd out because he doesn't have X amount of experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, that feels a little weird when I hear that. But I mean, but we could talk. That's a conversation down the line. But I think that's something that needs to be, addressed. Because I would love to be a NAAGA certified instructor,
right?
Especially someone like myself that had a bunch of people do listen to me, and we have a great audience here and a great word of mouth system that we could be able to expand our community and get and breed more trainers and more experience. So I think it's a great opportunity there. But I think we'll miss a lot of it by having real stringent qualifications.
Right. And to me, that is the goal. If we can get more Black instructors, that's going to be better for our community, because our community is going to gravitate to those folks first. I'll say this. I'm not going to mention the name, but I reached out to somebody that's very famous in the firearms industry for training. And this is about 2 years ago. And I wanted him to possibly give us some guidance on the program. He looked me in the face and said, Phil, it's going to cost you $40,000 for 3 days. Didn't blink. I said, $40,000? I said, obviously I'm in the wrong conversation. Shook his hand, said, thank you, but no thank you. And he went his way. What that taught me, and I was humbled. I said, I will never reach out outside of my community when we have the same talent and same skill set within. And that's why I just made it my mantra. Look for Black talent, like this gentleman here, that has a lot of skills. He can come in and teach just as good or better than somebody's going to charge us $30,000 to give us a master class. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is crazy. And I'll say this: if we really want to think objectively, long term, start saving your money to buy a range. Start saving your money to buy some land. I recently bought 51 acres in Macon, Georgia, and it was hard. I had to save money. I got denied 2 or 3 times, and I'm not going to get into the reason why I think they denied me, but I have a good reason.
They're making.
Yeah, exactly. And I got the old okey doke look. I got my application turned upside down, and all this other stuff. But we finally got it done. Yeah. But the reason I did that is I want my people to have a place to go. If you can't afford to go to the range, come to my range for free and shoot. That's the goal. And I think we need, as a people, need to start doing more of that. We have to start coming together and say, you know what? I'm tired of giving them $50 a weekend every time I go there. And there's 20 of us, and he's getting $1,000 or $2,000 for just 2 hours worth of us shooting, and we're not getting anything back. And not to say that we don't have good relationships with some of these rangers, and we do, but it's much better. And it's been proven over time. It's not even a question. You develop better shooters over time when you control the land that they shoot on. Because you can shoot longer. You can bring as many people as you want. And here's the key. You can go as many times as you want. You want to come here 8 o'clock in the morning and stay till 8 o'clock at night and do some night stuff and night shooting? You can do it because it's your land or the land that you guys have came in together collectively. What we have to stop doing is stop thinking just for the moment and say, you know what? In 3 years, do I still want to go to this range? Or do we, now putting the word we out there, do we want to have a range? And I got tired of spending my money at ranges here in the local area of Atlanta, $50, $60 at a time. And you guys know ammo, the cost of ammo's going crazy now. Mm-hmm. So at least I'm going to go to my range. The ammo's going to be expensive. That's a constant. I can't change that, but I don't have to pay for anything else. And then, oh, by the way, I'm going to bring 20 or 30 of my closest friends, and we're going to shoot all day. We're going to bring our little sandwiches. We're going to have our little chairs, and we're going to shoot, and we're going to treat each other. We're going to support each other, and that's how we're going to man up and learn how to shoot. But we have to change the mindset of just giving our money away. Yeah. Save your money. Come together. This brother right here, just think if he got like 10 of his closest friends, and every weekend they took $50 and put it to the side. At the end of the year, they got $12 or $15,000. In 2 years, they got $30,000. That's a down payment for a range somewhere. Yeah. And that's what we have to start doing.
Nation building.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. Moment versus movement. Hey, I'm going to step out, man. I appreciate you talking to me. Thank you, RGG. Thank you, Carbon Q. Thank you, Philip. Y'all be easy. Take care.
Take it easy, brother.
Thank you.
Got another brother. Hold on, man. They was waiting on me. Big Dre.
You're doing good, Mr. Phil.
Oh, this is nice. I can do this all night. I love this.
Hey, Big Dre, look more excited, man.
What's up? What's up,
yeah,
man?
No, not RGG, much, brother. Wait. Don't you turn the light on in the room?
I just want to come in and say hi to my man. And me and you have chopped it up before on the phone a few times. I was a member of your original Nashville chapter, First Tennessee Sons of Light. Me and my man Marv. I know it was kind of rocky back then, situation, whatever. But I've been listening. Sound like you done changed up some stuff, and things are moving in a good direction. So,
correct.
Going forward, what would be the things that would draw people like myself back in with NAAGA?
That's a great question. To know that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Oh, right. All right. I know you upgraded the training because my partner is the one that's writing that training for you. Akil and Tiffany, them my people.
Oh yeah.
I'm in Akil's gun.
Akil's good. I mean, he's gold to me. He can't do no wrong. To me.
Right. Yeah, he's a good brother. So what would draw me back in?
To know that we're getting better. To know that we are going to make mistakes. Our communication is going to get better and is getting better. Our direction is more focused. We have people in place now that are getting paid to do those jobs. Previously, at the very beginning of the first couple of years, it was all volunteers. You know, they had time after work, they did what they can, but you know, when you're doing something on a volunteer basis, your job takes a priority. Now we have folks that are doing this, that are getting paid, that are very, very good at what they do professionally. So things are changing. It's not perfect, but our heart is in the right place, and I believe we are going in the right direction. That's just me personally.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed. I've noticed a lot of changes you mentioned. You know, and so I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking about, you know, coming back in. I deal with Middle Tennessee Black Gun Club as well.
Oh yeah, I know Middle Tennessee very well.
They shoot in my range a lot where I work at, and so you know I'm trying to, you know, feel it out, you know, through them, through other people out here talking about it, you know. So right. I go back to the past, so, and that's my fault. I got to stop letting the past affect the future. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, put the past on me. Blame me for any issues that we had in the past, because we're a lot better now. As I said before, we're not perfect, but we need brothers like you that know how to shoot, that know about firearms. Because when you come in, I'm a big believer in community. You can come in with your expertise and you can help what I call the youngins or the newbies and teach them up. Reach one, teach one. That's what we need to do. So you're a jewel for the organization, because you can come in and literally empower those that don't really have a knowledge or a confidence, because they can look at you and say, wow, he knows what he's talking about. Let's listen to him. And that's what we need more of. And be honest about that, we lost you initially, but please come back in, because we'll definitely utilize you in a much better way. And I think you'll feel better about the organization as a whole.
All right. That's what's up.
All right, thank you.
I just wanted to come in and chop it up for a minute.
All right. Thank you, brother.
And it's good seeing you again, brother.
Likewise.
RGG Carbon.
Bye, Big J.
Cheeseburgers, brother. Cheeseburgers. That's my boy. Big Dre was one of the guys that down in Nashville that helped me get everything set up for the Nashville event.
Yeah.
Connected me with the range down there. You know, got me in touch with the people I needed to get in touch with, and so I appreciate him for that. He's a good guy.
Yeah, seems like a good brother.
Let me see who I got here. Oh, Lord have mercy! I'm almost scared to bring him on, man. Hold on. This is technical skill. You know, hey, listen, man. Do you know what's going on tonight?
Yes, sir. I saw the bulletin.
Okay, because Mr. Phil, sometimes he comes in the live and he say, I don't know what the subject is tonight, big bro, but I just want to check in. So I wanted to make sure that he was on the page with me tonight, man. Do you have a question for Mr. Smith regarding NAAGA? Maybe some Detroit chapter or something. Do you have any?
Yes, I actually wanted to answer a question, because I wanted to.
All right.
I want to eventually become an instructor myself. I always take family members and friends to the range, because a lot of them don't own guns and a lot of them want to get into it. So I do have USCCA as my carry insurance, and eventually I am going to get into them and become an instructor. So my question to you is, once I get into that, and eventually once I get my hours in or whatnot, that course I think will be a good course for me to add on to my credentials, because I eventually want to really get into this. I've been in the guns almost 9 years now.
Right.
And I've been taking friends, so my next step is become an instructor, but first become a USCCA, then ultimately become a NAAGA member, and then become a NAAGA instructor. I didn't know about y'all guys until maybe about a month ago with RGG and his connects and getting along y'all guys' organization. So that's pretty much all I want to say.
Well, I tell you what, we love to have you. We need, like I said, another brother who preceded you, we need young Black men who are interested in being instructors to come in and help the organization, because that's the foundation. Instructors are the ones that really facilitate teaching, and we need people that look like you, that look like us, to do that to our community. Because too often, when you walk into a place where nobody looks like you, there's a level of distance and kind of coldness that our people really pick up, because we're very sensitive to that. But if you're in the room and you're teaching, it's all good. I feel comfortable, and that's what we need to do. More Black instructors need to be produced by us, and just in general. So we'd love to have you, man.
All right, thank you for your time. All right, Carbon, I didn't say nothing to you. What's going on, sis?
All right, bro, you take it easy, man.
All right, y'all have a good one.
That's my boy right there.
Later, man.
All right, man, Phil, I appreciate you, man.
No, this is nice. This, man, I love doing this. This is beautiful, man.
Yeah, you're a bad man, because I'm putting myself in your shoes. Like, I'd have been got tired. I done cut somebody out. Nah, man. Somebody just asked me that damn question.
No,
hold
man,
on, man. Let me see.
Nice.
Wait a minute. My fly's back. What's up, brother?
I'm back.
You got a NAAGA question now, huh?
Man, no, man. I'm tired of NAAGA questions. I'm trying to know Phil, brother. What's up, brother?
Well, fill him out then.
Hey, listen. There's a little term that we like to use on this channel, and it's called a gun snob, young sir. Do you know what a gun snob is, and do you feel that you fit the shoes of a gun snob?
I am probably the opposite of a gun snob. I'm a community-based person. I believe in us. The only time I look down to somebody is to pull them up. That's the only time I look down.
So
I have to humble myself every day. So
hold on. Let me give him the meaning of gun snob first.
That's yeah. So go ahead.
Gun snob is an individual, when he purchases firearms, he only purchases the most popular and more expensive line of firearms. So we know you're not looking down on no people, but you may be the guy that only owns 6 hours. You may be the guy that only owns, B&Ts and the most expensive firearms out there, staccatos and stuff like that.
Right.
Or are you more of a tourist, Glock, regular gun guy? So either you a snob, you're on the higher end of things, or you're a regular gun guy like myself.
Right.
They're trying to say I'm a snob, but I will not claim it.
Nobody would say.
I'm gonna say one word that really reflects me. I'm cheap.
Not a gun snob.
My brother.
This is good.
If it's on sale, I'm gonna get it.
No sugar on the grits, and he's not a gun snob.
No, not at all.
Phil, you doing good.
You winning.
You're doing good. You're winning out here, boy. Because if you'd have messed around, put sugar on them grits, nobody was gonna join that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That is over.
Right, I heard.
Oh man,
Billy, you good? On a real question,
yeah.
Is there any type of firearm that you just got on your list, man? One day I'm gonna get it. It's beautiful. It's been in your radar for some time now. What's that one that you're like, boy, every time I see it, I just want to get it?
Now I'm gonna say one that's out there. Now it's a little pricey, but there's probably some folks in here that have the gun. That's Daniel Defense MK18. It's an AR pistol. Shorter than 16, about 14 inches. Yeah, and it's nice. It's nice. I've shot it before. It's a very nice pistol.
It might be a low key gun snob.
Yeah, because I don't even know. Who Daniel is.
MK8, yeah, that's something way over my head right there. That was got me right there, Phil. You got me on that one.
No, that's just kind of on my wish list. Also, I like them all, man. I like Smith & Wesson. I like SIG. I mean, anything that's going, that's a sale that makes sense, and it's something that I want to get. I'll try to get it.
How many Tauruses do you own?
Taurus?
Yeah, how many
Taurus?
Oh man, come on, we was friends.
Got him. No Tauruses.
What
trigger, man? That trigger on the Taurus. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Something about that trigger on the Taurus.
What is your everyday carry?
Everyday carry? I have a staccato.
All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace. It was good talking to you. Nice.
That's it. This was a great live, guys.
Yeah, you said
we
that
are
event was
winding down
on Sunday,
time now.
February
Goodness.
30th, right?
This
I'll
man
be there.
said he carry a staccato. Did y'all hear that?
No, it was given to me. I cannot afford that thing.
Oh my goodness!
I'd carry a staccato if it was given to me.
Hey, Big
I'd
Tap
carry,
says,
I'd carry the bag
out the gate.
I'd carry a bag with a Taurus in it just to be like, yeah, man, I'm flexing. Take.
Hey, look. Walk Good Chronicle say he said staccato, unbelievable. You know, people don't carry us. The only person I heard say they carry staccato was Twister. Sometimes.
But the SIGs are good too, man.
Yeah, the SIGs are confusing.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was deep right there. Thanks for asking that question, brother.
Yeah, no doubt.
You
all right. Let me run for real, man. Again, nice meeting you. You know how she do, man. Phil, that's one thing. That's one part of the show you do not want to see. Is my wife chased me out this house. So I'll see y'all later.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
Crazy.
Someone asked, how does NAAGA fundraise?
Depends on what we're trying to do. If we're trying to have scholarships for kids, which we're going to be reactivating this year, giving out 5 scholarships for each region.
Is that me?
$1,500 for each child or each kid graduating from high school. We'll take that money out of our general account.
Okay.
If it's something that's really specific, then we'll use word of mouth. We'll use our connections. We'll use our advertisers and say, hey, this is something that we believe in. Will you please donate your money? One thing gun companies have right now is a lot of money. They've made a tremendous amount of money the last 3 or 4 years and are still making money. Ammo companies as well. So to go to them when they've made $1 or $2 billion over the last couple of years and tell them you need, $50,000 or $10,000 for a scholarship fund for Black kids coming out of really tough areas is nothing. So that's how I believe it. Ask those folks that have the money, that discretionary income, that they're not going to feel it in their pocket, and it'll go a long way in our community.
That's deep.
That's great. Absolutely.
Mr. Fat Guy with Guns, how are you, sir?
What's up? What's up?
Not much, man. Did you have anything you wanted to ask Mr. Smith?
Well, actually, no. He's answered the questions that I would have asked. And I always wondered, I've known about NAAGA since it started. I've been floating around Black gun community a long time. And I remember when NAAGA first got started. And what he did tonight was convince me that it's something that I actually want to be a part of. I like the way that he conveyed the way he feels about us as people and the way he just feels in general. I like it. And I think it's something that's worth supporting. I mean, I've been watching the chat, paying close attention to it. And I do understand that we need to crawl before we can walk and then walk before we can run. These other organizations have been around since 1871. He's only been around since 2015. So, I mean, we need to take time, do what we need to do. I'm not a political guy or anything like that. I mean, I think it's something good. He convinced me this evening, and I needed to be convinced. Like I said, I've known about it for a long time. I know plenty of people that are involved with NAAGA for a long time. And I think tonight he changed my mind. He made me understand why I should be a part of it. Because my thing always was, what's the benefit of it? And I think I understand the benefit of it now. I think it's outside of anything. And when I think of something tangible, not just what I'm going to get, because I think what I'm going to get out of it is more than just, some training, some shooting, some things like that. Because I'm all for our people. I became an instructor in 2017 to teach people to learn how to shoot because of where I am in Ohio. There was nobody here. When I go to the range, it's changed now over the last couple of years. It used to just be me. I was the only Black guy on the range, always. When I go shoot competitions, it's just me. There's nobody else. And I mean that. It's like I'm Black Zach. There's nobody else there but me. And that's the reason why I got into it. And if I can do something to affect making the organization bigger, then I'd like to do what I can do. So
and we need you, man. We definitely need you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to become a member because I understand how important it is. I never thought that I would be involved in the gun community through YouTube. Became an instructor, offered classes here in Ohio, the lowest price ever but quality class. I started out with my brothers up in Cincinnati, right after gun training. Brother Joe Porter, that was my NRA counselor who got me into this whole thing. And if NAAGA comes with a training course, I definitely will get down with it and go do what I got to do so I can become NAAGA certified. I would love to be able to tell people that because I got into this. The name of my company is Unity Firearms Training LLC.
All right,
I named it Unity for a reason. It had to do with me wanting to be able to bring my people together, and I just thought it was kind of crazy. I'd be doing it, behind the barrel of a gun. But I understand that, you need to have guns to be able to protect yourself, so people just can't come along and push you around and do whatever it is they want to do to you. So I appreciate you, Mr. Phil. Phil, I may be the same age as you. I appreciate you, Phil. I appreciate what
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And I want to add something too. I mean, you speak on something, and you got my heart. And I'm not an alarmist, but I want everybody to think just for a moment down the road. I believe that the next presidential election is going to be one of the most contentious, dangerous, and polarizing races we have ever seen. I just want Black people to be protected if something were to happen because of that. We need to start thinking. That's why I'm a big advocate of the NEST program. I don't know if you guys are aware of what the NEST program is, but the NEST program is the NAAGA Emergency Support Team. And what it is, very simply, it says NAAGA members and not in local communities working together. If something happens, they can rely on one another. One person might have ammo, one person might have water, one person might have medical supplies. We need to start thinking like that in cases of emergency. And that's what I'm saying. Down the line, if something were to happen, we need to be ready as a community, as Black folks, as Black men and women. And we can't assume somebody's going to come and save us. You see what's happening over in Ukraine and Russia. Exactly. Nobody's saving those folks in Ukraine. And one of the first things they did, they handed out guns and told them, the men, you cannot leave. You have to fight. So let's be prepared. Let's be prepared for any and everything that's going to happen to us as a community. So I'll stop preaching.
I just have.
Go ahead. Is it
huh?
Are y'all seeing any freezing, or is it just me?
You're a little digitized.
Oh, okay. Y'all go ahead and talk. Talk without me. It ain't nothing but my show. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to finish up the part of where the fundraising part. It was a part 2. They wanted to know in regards to buying the land. What are the fundraising in regards to that?
Right now, NAAGA National does have enough for a down payment on land.
Okay.
The big question, and this is a question that has not been answered, where will we buy that land at? Do we do it in the Midwest, Northeast, Southeast, West Coast, Southwest? You don't want to alienate anyone, but at the same time, you want to have at least something on paper that says, you know what, if push comes to shove, we can at least all go here. So that's where we're at right now. We need to decide what we're going to do as far as land and the acquisition of land on a national official level, not personally, but from NAAGA National.
Okay.
Oh, I got Armel out here. Let me see what he got for us.
Official level, not personally, but from NAAGA National.
Turn down your YouTube, brother.
I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to turn off YouTube?
I got you. I don't know how to do that. That's for those computer people, and I'm dirty. I'm and ashy. But
definitely ashy, bro. I can see it on the left side.
Nah, that's drywall, bro.
Oh, okay.
Drywall.
It's all good.
Yeah,
all right.
Drywall. I work for a living. Hey, this is the thing, right? And I was probably the person that asked for fundraising. And I know you said that you approached the gun lobby, but I'm talking about I was kind of referring to merchandise or white label, private label ammo or something like that, something to increase the economic production of the organization, whether it's be t-shirts or streaming services or something, something like that in order to, in addition to your membership fees, which I'm also a member of, but to add to this pot to build a faster in the land. Virginia is the best place, but yeah, Northern Virginia, best place.
Okay.
But that's it. I was just asking if you guys are looking into stuff like that, because I'm tired of giving all these people all these Russians and Remington and all of these cats, and I don't see a lot of black ammo manufacturers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's a lot of people who produce ammo under these private labels, and you can put your thing on and take your proceeds out of. We could do something like that. I was wondering, even like the merch, T-shirts, stickers, or something. Promotions. Throw a block party. Call OG $2. Let's get that drip sauce on there.
Right.
Parties or balls, or let's do something. Food. Let's raise some money and let's, like you said, economics is the way. I think money is the fastest. Money is the tool to defeat time.
Correct. And let me speak to that. What you're talking about is something that I'm not very good at. And I've got young people around me. They're all saying, Philip, you have to learn how to monetize our organization and our website and our presence. If you look at our homepage, if a corporate sponsor's on there, they need to pay for that space. If we have an event, we should have an advertiser pay for that event. If we have a national convention, and we are going to have a national convention in Atlanta at the Georgia International Convention Center in 2023, and I want everybody to come, we need to make sure that advertisers pay for that event, that convention, because they have the money, and they're going to get something out of it by people buying their products. So you're talking about something that we are literally having meetings on a daily basis and conversations. We have to maximize our organization to make money.
Okay, y'all better call Outcast, tell Hot Tub Tony to reach out to 3,000. Yeah, take care. That's it.
Peace on man.
No, take care.
All right, bro. So, join NAAGA. What did Kia say? Then come to the national convention. So there's going to be a national NAAGA convention.
National in 2023 August at the Georgia International Convention Center. It's going to be nice. You cannot miss that. It's going to be 5,000 or 10,000 people. You're going to have special guests. We're going to have some people that are I guess labeled stars in the industry, the firearm industry. It's going to be for us, by us. And it's going to be a celebration, and it's going to be educational. It's going to be something that you can always remember. We had a leadership conference, which was just a microscope of what the national convention is going to be. It'll be 10 times that, because so many people can come. It's going to be open to the public, but for the most part, it's going to be for NAAGA members and those people that are interested in the organization. And it's going to be a celebration.
Is it one day or a couple days?
It'll be 3 days.
3 days.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to have competition. We're going to have firearms. This is my thing. People kind of laugh at me, but I want to have a firearm fashion show. I think people need to understand how to and what to carry and how to carry that firearm when you go out to church, or if you go to the store with your kids, or you're with your wife or your significant other. What do you wear and how do you wear it, and not have any printing being presented when you carry a gun. All that stuff needs to be talked about. 70% of the black folks that come to NAAGA are newbies. So they just need to get educated on every aspect of firearms. And I consider myself a newbie. I will always consider myself a newbie, because you always can learn. You never get to the point where, man, I know everything.
Yeah.
When you start saying stuff like that, you might be going to end up shooting yourself. So the convention will be a gathering of all these different folks from New York, Atlanta, Chicago, California, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Wyoming, all those black folks coming together with different ideas. And we get a chance to high five each other, hug each other. So, I saw you on TV, or I know you're the regular gun guy. I know who you are. That's what it's about. It's about us celebrating and appreciating each other more than anything. Because too often we don't get a chance to celebrate our existence because somebody's trying to demonize us for no reason. But I can assure you, and I guarantee this, I can spend every last penny we have, that will be the best convention ever. Because we were going to lay out everything for it. And I want everybody to go away and say, you know what? I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. Because
I want to get on that VIP list, man. Would I sign up at? Because I be feeling like I'm important in the community, and then I be want to just get on the list sometime.
Well, we've got to talk about that. There's a fee involved.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. There's no fee involved. But yeah, it's going to be nice, man. It's going to be nice.
Sounds like we got plans for August 2023.
Right?
Yeah, everybody should come.
Well, right now we got plans for May 2022.
We sure do.
Memorial Day weekend, Nashville, Tennessee. A regular meetup too. The RGAs, regular Guntuber Awards. It's gonna be crazy. NAAGA gonna be in the building.
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
And they're one of our sponsors, man. So I really, really, really appreciate that, my brother.
No, I'll say this: we're honored for you allowing us to be a sponsor. I like you. And this is probably the second time I had a conversation with you. But you got a good spirit, and you are for Black people. And I think that's unfortunately that's sometimes a rare thing in today's society. We need Black men that stand up and stand up right and try to help us keep going forward as opposed to making excuses. And you're a brother that gets it done. And I appreciate that. And that's why we're there to be one of the sponsors. And if I can do any more, I'll do more. But we're glad that you honored us to let you to be involved in the event.
Thank you, sir. I got somebody else want to talk to you for the second time, man. Apparently he likes you.
I'll bet.
So
I do have another question that I want to do. I wanted to let everybody get theirs out before I hit you with the third one. What is NAAGA's I know you guys got the Caliber magazine. Is there any plans on highlighting Black gun manufacturers? Because we do have a couple of them that's in this community right here.
Yes.
That don't get the shine of, like you say, a Daniel Defense or any other numerous other AR manufacturers or gun manufacturers, but they're just as good. They're producing quality weapons that are just as good and on par as your bigger name companies.
Are better. Yes. But we do have a plan to highlight them.
Okay.
I don't think it's the 3rd edition, but I think the 4th edition will have a whole slate directed toward that. I need to verify with the editor, but we talk about that all the time because, to your point, there are Black gun manufacturers right now that if Black folks knew who they were, how to get to them, they would be financially in a much better place.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to support them. You can't expect somebody to support you if you're not willing to support them.
Right.
And that's how other communities do so well, because the money is literally going from one of us to the next. And that's how you keep your whole community financially solid. But if all you're doing is taking your money and handing it out to somebody else who doesn't care about Black folks at all, they just want that check and that bag and they are gone. We need to stop doing that. We got to start caring about each other. And like you said, to your point, highlight those Black ammo companies, those Black gun manufacturers, because there are some very, very good ones.
Black FFLs as well.
Oh, absolutely. And FFLs, because the FFLs oftentimes get pushed to the side. You know, we highlight other FFLs because they have a quote unquote different view, but we got to start pulling our folks in and say, you know what? These 5 FFLs we need to support. For next month, everybody's going to buy ammo from these 5 nationwide, all 40,000 members. When you buy your ammo, you go to these FFLs in your region. That's what we need to start doing. And that's why I talk about economic empowerment and being intuitive. Intuitive means forward thinking, not just reactionary, but what are you doing with your dollars long term? That's what we need to start thinking about.
Hey, I think Coy kind of beat me to the punch with my next question, because that was kind of on the line that I was going as well when he asked about the do we have anything like a green book that highlight that's something that's shown on your website, Twitter page, or whatever, that highlights those different individuals, those Black gun manufacturers, those Black gun ammo companies, so we as a community know where we can go to get resources to support our community, so that money does circulate within the Black community.
Right.
Do you guys have any plans on
it's coming
out
about
a list like that?
It's coming in about 45 days. We call it BPP, Black Partnership Program. BPP. It's going to be launched as being seen right now by 3 or 4 people, and making sure that it comes out right. And every business that's going to be listed will have been vetted. They're African-American owned. They have a website. They have a contact information that you can easily get to. So they're legitimate. Those are the businesses that we want to highlight. Those are the businesses that we want to go toward and make sure that our people know that they are out there. You need to go to them first. Now, if you go to them and they can't handle the order or something's wrong, okay, I get it. But at least give them the shot to have your business first.
And how would a Black-owned business go about, once you do implement it, how would a Black-owned business go about getting added to that list? If say they're new FFL or they're new gun supplier or anything like that, how would they get in contact with you guys to get added to the registry?
That's a great question. You email, and everybody listen to this, membership.support@naaga.co. I'll repeat that. membership.support@naaga.co. Email your information saying just what you told me. I'm a new FFL. I'm Black owned. This is my website. This is my contact information. This is my cell phone number for customers. We'll take that information. We're going to vet you. We're going to call you. We're going to make sure that you are an African-American person, male or female. And then if you pass that, it's going to be automatic placement on that list. So you'll be on our website. And we have a lot of folks that come to our website on a daily basis in the thousands. So it can be a great benefit to you if you're an FFL or whatever the business that you have, if you're a Black person that has a business related to firearms. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got to get on that list, man. I'm gonna get on that list.
Yeah, just send your information in, and we're gonna have you listed.
And one last question.
Yes, sir.
I know you guys are not a political organization, but are there plans in the future to basically do like the same moves that the NRA does as far as lobbying, buying lobbyists to push forth the agendas that we see fit as a community that does affect the Black 2A community? Are there any plans to get into that arena?
And that's a great question, Tony. About 2 years ago, we had conversations within the executive team, chapter presidents, members. Do we get political? Now, right now, we're what is called an 501c4 nonprofit. We can talk about political things. We can make commentary. If we were a 501c3, we could not. So we do have that latitude to talk about those things. We chose not to get political because in our organization right now, all 40,000, we've got Black Democrats, we got Black Libertarians, we got Black Republicans, we got some brothers that tell, like I got a conversation today. Brother said, look, Bill, I don't care about the politics. I just want to shoot and go home. Cool, he can do that. So with that kind of collage of different types of people, I don't want to offend anybody. So I made the decision along with a lot of different folks, we're just going to stay unpolitical. But what's happening is that the conversation, and I'm sure you're probably already thinking this before I'm even saying it, it's coming back to the point where we might need to be political.
You definitely need to.
Because of some of the things that are going on in society. I'll say it. I love guns more than anything. But beyond guns, I think Black people need the right to have the ability to vote. I think Black kids need to go to a good school. I think Black people need to have the opportunities that everyone else has more than anything. And we can't sit back and say, we're only a gun organization. We can't talk about those things when literally things are getting pulled out under our feet that are going to affect us in every aspect of our life. We have to say, as I said before, we have to save these Black children. Those are real issues in our community, but we can help, we can solve them. We really can. It's not something that's overwhelming, but we got to think strategically. Now, I'll use the same word I used previously. We have to start thinking intuitively. That means down the street, what we look like in 2 years or 3 years.
Nation building.
Absolutely. Nation, not only nation building, literally child building within that nation. Because those children are our next generation. 30 years from now, I'm gone. I might not be on this earth. But there's going to be another person here who's going to be the president of NAAGA. And I pray to God that he or she has the mindset to understand that we're better together dealing with something as opposed to individuals. And we have to start thinking collectively. So that's my response.
Okay. And I asked one last question.
Sure.
I know I asked that in the chat. What are the do you guys do training for young kids? And I did get an answer on that, but
yes, sir.
Do you guys do that nationwide, or is that just relegated to the Atlanta area?
It depends on the parents. If the parents go to a chapter meeting and they say, hey, this is my kids, I'm the mother or the father, and they have permission to go on at the range and shoot, then yeah, they can get trained. That we have certified instructors in every chapter that we have across the country. So yeah, they can get trained. But it's up to the parents at that point. Do they want to make their child go out and shoot and get exposed and get proper training? But it's a parental issue at that point. As much as I believe all of our kids need to know about guns, that's me personally.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to the parent to make that final decision.
Is it exclusively for NAAGA members, or would it be open to the public? I know I'm speaking in relation to the one that's here in the Atlanta area.
I believe if somebody comes to me and they're in desperate need for training, they've been a woman. In many cases, I get calls from women who've been domestically abused. Philip, I got raped. I got over 100 emails like that. I need help. I direct them to go somebody who can train them, and we do it for free. I've done that many, many times. But typically, I would prefer, I need you to be a NAAGA member, because that money you're giving, that $39 or that $59 or that $29, whatever your case may be, or that $89, goes to the infrastructure of the organization. And
that's fair.
Bottom line, money makes us drive. Money makes the organization able to do things like scholarship programs, like community drives, like backpack giveaways. All that stuff takes money. So to your point, we have to start, doing those things to be effective.
Okay. So I'm done, RGG. This last time, I promise, bro.
No, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Great questions, man.
Okay. Y'all take it easy.
All right, Hot Tub.
Peace, Hot Tub.
Man, that is deep, man. Any of you guys got anything else you feel before we get up out of here? Zach, you good?
Yeah, CJ had a question.
She did. How do you launch a chapter if there isn't one near you?
We have finally a solution for that. Because if everybody doesn't know, I'm going to give you the 10,000-foot view of how NAAGA is structured. 75 to 80% of our folks are what we call at large, that are NAAGA members. That means they just joined NAAGA because they believe in the cause, they believe in what the organization is trying to do, but they're not necessarily connected to a chapter. Those folks out there are somewhat isolated. And what we're trying to do, and what we'll launch in the next 45 days or 30 days, we're going to have what we call virtual chapters. Virtual chapters in certain regions of the country are by certain chapters that will help them connect to someone like them virtually, so they can have conversations like we're doing today to build up a connection, a brotherhood, a sisterhood. And eventually they can say, hey, once a year or twice a year, let's get together in a certain part of that particular region. So that's the strategy if a chapter isn't by you. Eventually, if there's not a chapter by you, I would always encourage you to go out and start a chapter. Why not?
How do you start a chapter? That's actually a great question.
No, how do you start a chapter? You go through our process, which is very simple. You submit your information to Oliver Price, who's our director of chapters. He's going to run a background check for all chapter presidents. Then you are sent through a vetting process, a question. You're going to talk to the regional directors. And then you're going to go to, once that's approved, you're going to go to what is called the FOCUS program. The FOCUS stands for Foundation, Organization, Communication, Urgency, and Succession. All of our chapter presidents, not all, but they're starting to go through the program. And what it does, it makes you a better chapter president for the bottom line. That helps you start that process of being a chapter president. Because being a chapter president, and I've been one, because I started Bass Reeves here in Atlanta, is a very lonely process, because you got to be part cheerleader, you got to be part manager, you got to be part director, enforcer at times for folks who are not doing what they need to do. So it's very, very hard, and they need skills and support to get that chapter up and running. I'll give you a quick story. My first chapter meeting at Bass Reeves in Atlanta back in 2015, 5 people showed up. The next month when I had my next meeting, I had 2 people showed up. So I lost half of my membership by my second meeting. So I had a choice. I said, either I'm going to design a solution to build up the organization, or I can sit here and pout. I decided to build it up, and that's where we are today. So beginning a chapter is not a hard process to do it on paper, but to get it done physically and mentally and emotionally, you got to have some tough skin to get started.
Yeah. Interesting. Man, I learned a lot tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and speak for myself. I feel like you, Zach. I learned a lot. I think for me, I like you, brother.
Thank you, man.
You know, the organization seems super interesting. It seems like it's growing. It seems like it's heading in the right direction. But this is our second conversation, technically.
Right, technically, yeah.
But I'm gaining a lot from it, man. I feel like I see where your heart is. If oftentimes it's hard to really get a feel for who you are.
Yeah.
Because again, you're gonna get a bunch of different information coming from a bunch of different places and different people.
Correct.
It just works that way because we are all different. But I feel like the cause is large, and I think you showed a lot of people that tonight, man. Because there were some tough questions there, and I think the part that impressed me the most about this whole live listening to you,
right,
is the parts of when you said, "Nope, I don't have that in place, man. We got to work on that."
Mm.
That's the part that moves me the most because that's honesty. Because oftentimes, man, people gonna have an answer. I don't give a damn what the question is.
Right.
Oh yeah, we got that, man. It'll be here Thursday. That's
right.
A lot of people will do that to you, but I appreciate you being honest, man, and straight up and letting us all know. Right. Let me know what you need from me, man.
Now, well, I just want to tell you, man, thank you, and thanks to all three of you for allowing me to run my mouth. I'm passionate about NAAGA. I believe in the organization. I think it's really here to help us. I've always said, and I've said it, during tonight, that the gun is the most important thing that has been missing in our community historically, and we have to start embracing that because everyone that you see outside of our community, when you look at other communities that have guns, they're stable, they're secure, they got good jobs, it's nice and peaceful. We need to start taking that mindset. To me, it is the most crazy thing in the world to think that not having a gun makes you more secure. I just don't understand that. And somebody that advocates a position like that, I would challenge them. I'm not going to argue, but I would let them know my perspective. So all this today and tonight and talking to all three of you very intelligent young folks, it lets me know that we're going in the right direction and we have hope. If we get people like you involved with NAAGA that are sharp, that are young, the next 20 years, you guys being involved, we can do anything. And that's the part that's most rewarding. The future, the potential. What I've done is just scratching the surface. I think the greater days of NAAGA are going to be ahead when I'm long gone. I do see us as a political animal. I do see us helping masses of African Americans in this country based on their need, because we'll have the financial strength to say, you know what, we're going to give $20,000 to that brother's family that just got shot for his legal defense fund. We're going to file more amicus briefs. And just to let you know, we've already filed 6 amicus briefs by Nazita Davis, who is a brilliant legalist and lawyer for our organization. And amicus brief, just to let you guys know, goes to the highest court in the land. It's the U.S. Supreme Court. So to get your information presented at that level, you have to know your stuff. So we got some talented people in place that believe in Blacks having the ability to protect themselves, but we just got to believe in us more and understand that we can do it regardless of what the chaos is telling you. Just focus and move forward. And I think we'll be in a better place in the next 20, 15 years, like I know we will.
It's good. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
You just said a lot tonight, man. So, Phil, we're going to see you in Nashville or what, bro?
Bro, I'm going to be there front and center eating chips and everything else, man.
Hey, look, we're gonna give Phil a couple minutes to go up there and speak. But
absolutely.
We're gonna have to come up with some NAAGA and RGG gang signs because you're gonna be talking, man.
I love you
back there in the back doing this.
Yeah,
you only a couple more seconds now. Slow it down,
grabbing.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro, big time, man, for taking out this time to answer our questions, man. Absolutely. Not rushing up out of here, not ducking any questions, man. That's heavy, man. So we'll I hope we can do this again, man. Stop by. Look, let me tell you, this is well, I ain't gonna say that. I was trying to take some glory right there. I was gonna be like, this is a similar story to NAAGA,
Right.
There wasn't anything like this on YouTube prior to me doing this.
Oh, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful.
I didn't know it, but it just kind of so happened that way. And it has built a lot of community and great relationships, man, that I've been able to build along the way. So much support that, I had to really take a step back and and learn to embrace it and appreciate it. You know,
yeah.
Where people just support you wholeheartedly just because they like your spirit or they see where you're going with it.
Right.
And then I do my best to try to return that and give back, help the brothers in here that have businesses or that's trying to start channels and doing what I'm doing, and helping whatever I can do, the little bit that I can do to give them a push as well. So I kind of feel you in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that we have in common. I mean, it's tough. You know, everybody, you can't please everybody. There's going to always be naysayers in the whole 9 yards, but you just got to deal with it and keep pushing.
Right.
So I'm glad that I have some great people around me. The young lady you see there, the brother you see up there, and there's a few more out there that they just get behind me every day. You know, they don't let me make mistakes. Well, I do make mistakes, but they correct me when I make them. I'll put it that way.
Right.
So it's all love, man. And again, I appreciate you. I hope this is not your last time stopping through, man.
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of a big deal in the community. You know, you had the president of NAAGA over there, man. And I told him he had armor all on his head. Where else are they gonna do that at?
I wasn't too shiny, you know. I love y'all, man. Thank you very much.
Likewise, brother.
Love you too.
Thank you all for hanging out, man. We stayed a couple hundred strong all night, man. This was heavy. And there was a lot of information given. If you guys are interested in joining NAAGA, and I usually don't do this, but I like this brother, man. How tell us if there's people that's interested in joining NAAGA, if they really got some great information tonight and feel like they want to support this, how can they do it?
Very simply, go to our website, go to www.naaga.co. Click on memberships, join. We have $39, $59, and $89. $39 for a single for the year, $59 for a couple for the year, and $89 for a family of 4 for the year. Very simple. You'll get contacted by someone in your area for chapters in that area if there is a chapter. But we need good folks like people that are on this call tonight, that are on this panel, to join and to help the Black community move forward. We just started, so we got a long way to go. So we don't need to start looking at our little promos and stuff in the paper talking about us, because we haven't done anything. They got folks out there with 100,000 rounds saved up in their house, 300,000 rounds in their warehouse. They own land. They're prepared, so we need to be prepared as well.
Facts. There it is, man. So, all right, man. I got to get my stuff together, man. So that's it for me tonight, y'all. It's been a wonderful show. If nobody has nothing else for me, I'm gonna get off this live. Phil, you can hang around for a second. I'm gonna get up out of this live. I will see everybody tomorrow night on Donation Friday. We do this every Friday. It's the way that we support the channel. I have some firearm giveaways tomorrow. I have some optic giveaways tomorrow. I have some funny jokes tomorrow. We have some trivia going on tomorrow. So it's going to be a real dope Friday night live as usual. So if you guys want to stop by, definitely do. I hope a lot of the people that came in here for the first time decide to subscribe to the channel. All right. There's always some great content and great stuff going on here. So with that being said, that's all I got for the night, y'all. Thank y'all again. I will see you guys mañana. Does that mean tomorrow, bro? Did I say that right?
Mañana.
I hope that means tomorrow. I be done said I'll see y'all yesterday or something. All right. Peace.
Peace, family.